What's up, everybody? This is the poker coaching study session. Today, we're going to be looking at
some cash hands, starting with Lewis online.
Yes, this is 10 and L rush. Standard open. I mean, I'd usually free bet this hand, but he's like this is smaller than he should be. He should do like at least 5x. That's what I would do. I'd make this like 12 and a half or at least 10. So I think we're just like printing cool in now.
Yeah.
Uh,
This is a good fold, and now he's made it into a reasonable call.
But the smaller range, it's like sometimes I see if they free bet this smaller size from the big blind, it kind of it could be aces, but like sometimes it's a bit thinner, like a guy who doesn't know he's supposed to be super polar. So
Sure.
like here with jacks, he should probably basically never free bet jacks with this rake structure. But I expect to see jacks and queens and ace king more than you should at this sizing. Um, so probably a bit more linear, I'd say. I mean, he's not bluffing because he's not using the GTO size, and it's like a big blind. So, um, you know,
It could easily be the bottom of his linear range. He could be sized.
yes.
We don't know.
So I'm expecting like a linear range, like maybe like tens plus, ace queen plus, maybe ace jack suited, but probably not. Yeah, probably like an ace queen plus, tens plus kind of range.
So you're doing terrible against that range, but
Can
he's
you
giving
fold
he's giving
then?
you.
I mean, if we call, the SPR is gonna be like 8, and like I think this type of play is going to play pretty ABC if it's like an ace high flop and he's got like one of those over pairs. So like I think we're going to over realize basically.
Yes, we are.
s- so this flop's like obviously like one of the best flops we can have for our range. We're going to have 9 sevens 5s. He never has that, probably most likely. And like he's not going to turn up with the bluffs, which make like strong hands, like 6-5, like 9-8, maybe 9-7 sometimes. Like he's not going to have any of that. So like this just makes it like super nutted for us. He goes small, and I raise just because you know this is like a unique spot where I'd raise all my value, but like this draws kind of like say I had ace jack of diamonds, are just cool. But I think with the the gutter, I kind of and I could fold out ace king.
Sure.
Like I go for it, but probably not really expecting many folds. But like, if he ever folds ace king, it's just such a win,
And if he jams
because
on you, you can call.
this type of player, he's not gonna bluff ace king on turns and rivers, I think. This type of like non-GTO player, a bit more linear. The player archetypes tend to be a bit more simple, I find, when they're not using like a GTO sizing and, you know, probably free betting for value wider and never bluffing. But I mean, I don't know. Interesting to thoughts. What would you do here, Scotty?
Doesn't that put you in the spot where if he's super linear here, he's never folding an overpair and he's folding out all of his hands that are worse than yours?
He's not gonna fold an overpair now,
Well, that's what I'm
but
saying. So
Yeah.
I'm saying, but if that's the read, then he's never folding an overpair here, and then you're pushing out the king queen suited, the king jack suited, the jack 10 suited, queen jack suited, all that stuff.
Well, I don't think he ever has
That
that, but maybe he
okay.
does.
And one another thing is, you said he will not bluff the turn with ace king.
Yeah, I don't think so. But so like I'm trying to, you know,
I mean we
So
flopped the combo
So
draw.
we
So
yeah,
think,
but
yeah, you can't really
my
play this
my
badly,
but my
but
my point would be, why not then just call the flop, because he will never fold an overpair, and he still have ace king in his range, and on the turn he will check, and you bet, and he folds ace
yeah,
king.
no,
yeah, but
that's
we're trying to get a range fold on the turn. This is a raise and then jam the turn to get him to
that
I
fold
mean,
all this overpair.
he's not
Max
folding
fold
an
equity.
overpair. if he's a bad player, he's not folding an overpair. I like this line for that when your flush comes in, you get more value. But
Right.
if he's just this bad player, he's not folding an overpair.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean now,
Don't fold over pairs, period. They don't fold top pair.
Yeah.
I mean now we're just getting the money in. He's told us what we have, that
Yeah.
we have too much equity.
He's-
Now,
we're up against
so-
queens or kings or something like that.
Yeah. I
Yep.
mean, interestingly, I remember the equities against queens. I think we were actually a favorite as well, like
Yeah.
slight
Yeah.
favorite.
I mean, you
Um,
have 3 outs to the ace, and then you have all the flush outs and straight outs.
yeah, so
Way
yeah, I
ahead.
think we had like 53, 55%, something like that. So, and
Yeah, you can
we
go. Poker Tracker will show you the equities if you go back to the flop. And then choose show known hole cards. Show known hole cards and show equity. And then click again, go back to options, show equity. Right behind combined folds.
Oh yeah.
When he, what's
There you
nice
go.
Yeah, you're the
what's
favorite.
nice about this line is you get all the money in when you get there. But what
Mm.
also sucks is when you give him a range that's super strong like that, and you're saying this guy has super top of range, and we can assume he's just not folding it. When we call and then he comes out on the turn and bets massive, and we know we have no fold equity, it makes it way more profitable to just call and realize than it does to go after a massive, like then to try and get somebody to fold when they're never going to fold.
Yeah. I mean,
I mean, I don't hate it either way. I feel like you can't really mess it up, but I just said, like, in that spot, when we give him that strong of a range, then, and his ace king always checks back, we just blast him off of his ace king, and then we just don't have to run into it and lose all of our money when we miss, when we're in position.
say we just call when it comes like a 2 of spades and he checks. Are you just like checking back, or do you bet in to bluff off
No,
ace
I'm
king?
I'm gonna bet the
No.
turn, and I'm gonna bet small on the turn. When he checks, I'm gonna say he's capped, and I want him to call so I can blast him on the river.
Yeah,
from-
depending
Because I can
what the
try and
river
get
is.
calls from ace king, king queen, stuff like that,
In
and
this,
then
Yeah.
just blast those hands off on the river.
in
But
this,
king queen, it doesn't really matter. We're ahead of, but ace king is pretty much what we're targeting. Ace king, ace queen.
Yeah,
in
yeah.
this- in
He
this-
doesn't have when he call your raise on the flop, he doesn't have ace king.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
I'm talking
all
about like the other
overpaired.
line.
Yes, but
I'm
he's
just-
saying like when he said if we just call and then the guy checks the turn to us, what are we doing? Are we just checking to realize and we're saying no? Now we're going to turn our hand into a bluff to try and get all the better aces to fold.
the thing I want to check though is do we have enough stack depth? Assume that he bets and we call. So go back to the flop. Okay, so go back before we got everything all in here. Just to get our sizing. So he bets 5 here. We call. The pot is 25. We've got 100.
Mhm.
On the turn, he checks. We bet into the pot of 25. We bet
4 SPR.
We bet
15.
10 in. That's not big, but we want ace king
Right.
to call still.
Okay, and then we still have the
And
nine.
then,
Okay, yeah, there's enough even in this 3-bet pot because he made the 3-bet so small. Okay,
I
that
mean,
works.
it's not going to be hard to get ace king to fold either way by the river, unless he picks up a king or an ace, obviously.
All right.
All right. That's it for this hand. I'll let someone else go.
I think you can, I would say that like if I was against an aggressive player I know is going to stab way too wide and is going to 3-bet too wide, I like the raise on the flop because we get to blast them off of some bullshit hands and some better aces that are going to fold. But if we think that their range is just far too strong and we're just going to be running into a shitload of overpairs, then I would say that calling and then evaluating turn to realize, because he's going to stab wide on the flop, probably he's going to stab everything, and then on the turn, you can figure out where he's really at.
Lewis, do you want to take a couple more hands? Do you have a couple more prep?
Yeah, I can.
Yeah,
Let me
give us like
let
three
me
or four times. And then who else has got hands prepped? Andy's got hands. Who else?
Hands.
Some hands prepped.
I got hands.
Andy, Brian, anybody else?
I have a 4-bet pot that's fun.
Okay, good, cool. And then
4-bet
Marcus,
bluff pot,
welcome,
which is
Marcus.
rare for me.
If you have any hands you want us to look at, that'd be great. You will be next by being the new guy. If you don't, if you want to lurk, that's fine. And if you want to participate at any time, feel free to unmute yourself and say stupid stuff like we do. All right.
Okay,
Ooh,
bro.
new guy? Oh, welcome.
Yeah. All right.
Who's this new
Basically a
guy,
new guy too.
Andy? Yeah, who's this
Yeah,
new
who,
guy?
who the hell is this guy?
All right. Here we go.
I just learned how to play.
Excellent.
Dell.
Queen King against the hijack. Let's 3-bet it.
Yeah, I mean, I go big.
Oh yeah, that's ridiculously 3-bet.
I mean, we're like 175 bigs
Yeah, yeah.
deep. So
Yeah.
but actually, I'm reflecting. Like I've been studying 200 ranges a bit. I think it's just a fold pre. I think ace.
Okay.
You really don't really want to free bet many like offsuit hands this deep.
What
I
about the
mean,
player?
Would you go against the cutoff 200 big blinds deep?
yeah, against the cutoff, but
Right.
hijack and under the gun.
Okay.
Like
Sounds
I
good.
think say this guy was under the gun. I think King Queen's certainly a fold in theory, and I think it's a fold hit. But even against under the gun, Ace Queen off, I think you could just muck it. Like,
Is
but
is this guy solid pre-flop though? Like, is he opening a solid range of hands, or is he opening
I
wide?
can't remember. I was four table in Zoom, so
Okay.
he was yeah. I mean, I wouldn't have free bet this if I thought he was like a nit. So
Yeah. Yeah. I was about to say if he's
but
wide, I love it, especially to the big size.
yeah. So I mean, just assume he's actually. I think I do remember. I think this is just like a reg. Like I don't not have much history, but like his stats just seem pretty like solid. Like um, but then I'm like, I don't know. Does a reg really want to fight in a big pot? Like they might sometimes they overfold. I think maybe, but
Right.
yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
So we get this flop and like. Yeah, I mean, he should have some 10x, like King 10, Queen 10. Actually, probably not Queen 10, in theory, but like he might have it because he might just overcall. He should have like King 10, Ace 10, pocket
Oh,
10s,
yeah, he's got 10x, but he also has just
Jack 10.
all offsuit. He's got suited overcards, suited aces. He's got pocket pairs, all that stuff.
And I mean, our suits are actually pretty good because we block Queen 10 of clubs and King 10 of spades, which is so we actually got really good card removal here.
Yeah.
So he's more likely just to have like some air, like ace 8 suited if he calls that, ace 9 suited if he calls that. So I think our suits are actually really good here. But I go for a check. I guess maybe I rolled or whatever, and it's kind of it's not really a range bet board, so I think we have to be a bit careful here. Um, and he checks back.
Didn't we
So
see last week that these are actually they're not, aren't they like sometimes range bet big? Or like on Tuesday? Or is that just
That was small blind. It was small blind against the button.
okay, never mind.
Yes.
Yeah.
And yes, they were.
yeah, I mean, I think in theory he should probably because I was studying deep as well. He should be four bet in King 10 suited sometimes. It's mainly King Jack suited, and then he's deep stacked. You tend to four bet more the like high suited cards as well. So like Ace 10 suited, he should be four betting some
I would say
frequency.
you're gonna disincentivize that whenever you take a big 3-bet size.
Yeah, yeah. Um, so he checks back, and now I think we just have to bet because I feel like he's kind of like most players will just bet won't check back a 10, I think.
Yeah, he's got ace highs, he's got complete
Yeah,
air balls that decide not to bluff, and he's got a lot of pocket pairs that have showdown value. I'll go
yeah,
smaller here on the turn.
yeah. I go B75, trying to put some pressure on. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what the correct sizing is when it goes check check in the free bet
Yeah,
pot. I haven't
that
really
would
studied
be
it that
my
much.
question here, because if our goal is to fold out ace high, I would go maybe like 20 big blinds. I mean, it's a minor thing, but I like your sizing, to be honest. It's like it will work.
Equals.
How many
Now we
percent he bet? I mean, you bet
B75.
75?
Yeah.
No, just now, 20 something. Right.
It was a 75%
The
pot.
B75,
Oh, yeah, it would be fine, yeah.
75% pot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now we make a queen. I mean, I think I bet here, but I don't know what I'm targeting, to be honest.
That's
Yeah,
too
I was about to
big.
say that's too big. We think his range is pretty. We think he doesn't have any ace high when you take that massive size.
Right.
That's why I wanted to go smaller on the turns because I wanted ace high to come along one more to fold on the river. And then he has just a lot of pocket pairs here, right?
A lot of pocket pairs
Yeah,
and the freak 10.
Yeah, he's got a 10 that played odd.
Right.
Mm,
And then everything
I
else.
would say that
Yeah.
what do we got to go to get like pocket nines to call? I would say you go 35 to get them to call.
Yeah.
yeah,
Ace queen of hearts. Ace queen.
Yeah. We just lose to ace queen. That's okay.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
but we
don't know
think that he
this.
doesn't have a lot of ace queen after he makes that mass. He goes 20. He goes 25 big blinds in on the turn. I
Yeah,
mean,
ace
I
queen of
think
hearts.
okay, yeah, that's true. Ace queen of hearts. Yeah, that's probably about it.
One combo.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ace queen of hearts.
he
You
could
could
have
have a straight.
queen jack is a possibility with a gutter. I think he bets that often on the flop, but he can
Yeah.
definitely. I mean, I kind of
Yeah.
weird. Yeah.
I'm gonna
Queen
downgrade
jack straight.
straights on this end. I think there's more. I think there's more weirdly played tens than there are
I mean, you
straights.
should never have a
No, I'm
jack
saying he
nine
doesn't have a
suited.
straight, but I'm saying he
I
can
agree.
have he like if we're targeting something, we could be targeting a weaker queen like queen jack that
Yeah.
called with a gutter.
Yeah. No, I didn't mean that. Sam said straights here, and I said I'm downgrading the straights.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah,
say left straight.
Yeah,
rarely.
Yeah.
We're
Okay.
trying to get called by like pocket nines, pocket sevens.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that the size is kind of
And
too big for that.
yeah, and a pocket jacks.
yeah. I don't like. Do we check and let him bluff? Like, I mean,
No, you could do either
it's like, is our hand even good enough? I don't know. In theory, do you do many small betting after like betting big? I mean, I
Who
don't
cares
know.
about theory? You're playing 10 and now.
Yeah, yeah. So I think it's a bit
They're
greedy.
not gonna bluff raise. They're not gonna bluff raise you on the
We're-
river. Just
Yeah, in 10 and now most of those
there
players
we
can't even
go.
spell GTO,
They
let
they might
alone
understand. They might see a preflop chart and go through all that ace queen hearts. Yeah, they might go through like preflop charts and all that shit, but they don't understand anything past that.
Yeah.
Uh,
What is his range and what the hell do we want to do? That's all you need to know.
Yeah, and I think there wasn't enough, which is going to pay a B75.
you owned yourself, but that happens.
Yeah,
That was the
yeah. I
one
think
combo that gets there that beats you.
this hand's pretty interesting. Another deep stacked hand, so I guess Scotty name it playing deep stacked.
Yep.
Name the video that.
Yeah.
Um, raise sevens, get free bet. Um,
Oh,
yeah,
definitely. All this.
I mean, definitely cooling against the 4x, like, but you know, if he goes 5x or bigger, you know, it's gonna mix.
Yeah.
So, but like, yeah, I mean, he's given me such a good price with deep.
Yes.
Oh yeah, you're deep. Flop a set and stack his ass.
Yep. And don't flop a set and don't try to stack his ass.
Or try to stack his ass anyways.
All right, let's see what happens on this board. I don't love it. All right, let's see what he does.
No, I don't love it either.
Yeah. I like it. Team give up. Even better. Let's stack his ass. It's gonna be harder now that he checked, but maybe.
What is he is like? Okay, he comes out and leads here. So what is his range? So after he checks the flop, we think that he doesn't have a lot of king X, right? We think a
No,
lot.
but
Well, he can have
we don't
some
know
king
that he does.
X.
We don't know that he isn't a check range kind of guy. We don't know he isn't.
That's true. So, well, if we know, like, but population tends to three bet and then C bet a lot, right?
Less and
I mean,
less.
this flop's kind of good for me as well. I don't have ace queen off. Actually, maybe against the smaller size I do, but probably not. I have king 10. I have
You don't
10s,
have ace
jacks.
queen. You would have bet that on the flop.
Oh
You
yeah,
don't.
true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if he's yeah.
He has ace queen, and then he has
I mean, I was thinking that's why maybe he checked the flop because it's
Yeah, but
not
ace
like
king,
he is
queens.
a couple of brick walls, obviously, but that doesn't matter. You have a good ass hand too.
Yeah.
Could he have some two pairs?
He can have. I think he can still have like he can still have hands like as strong as two pair plus here because of the texture of the board that now come out and bet big on this turn. Whenever the draw comes in, but honestly, the texture of the board, like you have so many hands like queen jack, queen 10, king queen, all of those things. That makes me think that he's gonna have less super nutted hands here actually because you have because there are. I mean, it's not there's no flush draws, but there's tons of straight draw, especially for three bet and you call.
So
I don't know.
if 100 big blinds goes in, you have the best hand. If 200 big blinds if 300 big blinds goes in, you don't.
Just wait till the next seven comes.
Yeah. So yeah. So I don't mind a call here. I don't mind a raise to anything up to 60. I don't love a raise bigger than 60. And I think that he has some flush draws here that will pay for a raise.
So what happens when he raises here? I mean, I think he's got a ton of hands that are inelastic here that we're way ahead of.
So-
Raise, yeah.
I don't know. I'm torn. I kind of want to raise too, but like we're so fucking capped.
Oh, okay. So hands that
I
would
mean-
make sense for him to check are ace queen. That is basically the nuts on this. I mean, on the flop, there's nothing that can happen
Yeah.
to ace queen.
Yeah, ace queen makes sense. I'm gonna say, but I'm saying like a
Then-
lot of his two pairs probably bet here, bet on the flop.
Yeah, exactly. And then
And
what
sets.
about pocket? What about pocket kings? I would guess pocket kings would bet this flop. It would make sense for me.
That's what I would say. So I think like ace queen's the only hand that checks the flop. And now he comes out and bets big. What is he saying here? He's saying that he has bullshit.
Should check the flop.
Yeah, it could check the flop, but I think it's gonna check less when there's that many straight draws.
Ace queen should bet the flop.
It should bet the flop, but it's a likely a fishy player playing
Unless-
10 NL.
Unless
So they have the nuts and they're okay with giving you cards.
I don't know. Just don't fold. That's it.
Oh,
No,
okay,
don't fold.
so
I would raise.
okay, and the other thing I just give into this sizing is like it looks like he wanted to check raise the flop. It didn't work, and now he's betting big. That's all I'm reading in here.
Okay.
yeah, just cool. Like if
I
he's
don't-
bluffing,
I
I
don't-
kind of want
I-
to keep
just-
him in, and
Just call.
I think if he raise, like there's more like I feel like we I mean there's some stuff which were cool like king 10 like
Flush
yeah,
draws.
yeah, there's not that many. I mean there is a decent amount, but like he shouldn't be raising all ace X, free betting all ace X, especially deep stacked. But I mean get this bricky river
All right. Let's see what
and he checks.
he has. Nothing. This
So
Yeah.
what sizing do people like?
So small.
small.
Like super small. Is there any chance like do you know I mean you're saying you're playing a bunch of tables. He's probably not gonna get super out of line if we do like something super tiny to get him to raise. He could.
I don't think they're gonna like. I'm not sure. They 10 ml. Are they inducible?
That's the question. Like, is this guy, can you induce a bluff here? If you can induce a bluff, then I'll go like insultingly small. He would put it, or I would go just like 15 big blinds because he's just super capped. Like, how much is 10x all our pocket queens gonna call? Because he still has pocket queens in there. He's got
Yeah, but
If he's got two
he probably
pair,
doesn't have a king, right?
he probably doesn't have a king now.
ace king.
So I'm gonna say he doesn't have a lot of kings. I think he's gonna bet a lot of his single pair kings on the flop. And then
But that's us thinking. That's us thinking. I don't know about.
yeah, but what is he gonna
Yeah, but
check
this
that?
is the
I mean,
guy who three bet the small blind.
Right. This does not. This does not feel to me like better than like a king or better.
Maybe he
check,
has a small
check,
portion of
check, check.
kings that
Yeah.
give up here on the river, that don't give up, but aren't like thrilled about their hand, but will call a
Yeah.
decent size. But I would say that it doesn't feel that way when he checks the flop, bets big on the turn, and then checks the river. Like
Queen
that doesn't feel
jack,
like, yeah, it feels like queen
queen,
jack, pocket
queen,
queens.
queen 10.
That's just a super stabby, like,
If it's
well,
nothing,
we
Bullshit.
got here, I'm just gonna try.
yeah.
Yeah.
If you've seen him do a massive spaz before, then bet insultingly small. Otherwise, bet half pot.
In live, I would not bet small because like they don't bet thin enough, so they
Yeah.
have their king here all like a lot of the time.
So how big would you
I
bet?
don't know.
But how, Sam, in live, how often is somebody three betting out of a small blind and then checking ace king on the king high board like this on the flop?
And then betting once and then checking the river when the
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
unlikely. So I would say in this line, even in live, I would say he doesn't have a lot of king X here, and I would go small again because I think he
Yeah.
has a lot of hands like pocket queens, queen jack, and
Yeah.
What is small? What is small? Like half pot? I don't know.
Smallest half
like
pot, and you said you'd go large. What is your large?
I would say I would go like 20 big blinds. Like
Yeah, I tend to agree with Brian. He just doesn't, and especially 10 NL. So like when I first started like dipping my toes back into playing a few weeks ago, I played a lot of 10 NL, just like, all right, I'm gonna get my confidence back and like learn to play, force myself to play super discipline. And I can tell you he could have fucking ace three suited here that just stabbed that turn
Right.
when it like he could have nothing.
Right.
I
But without,
mean,
but
I
with
mean,
the-
it's worth
oh,
saying
King. He does not have a king.
this is fast fold, which is quite known to be a bit more reggy, even at the low stakes. Like basically anyone who cold calls pre, I marked them, they're like basically a fish because people just free bet only.
Yeah.
So it's a bit of a different game compared to
Oh,
just like a
if we
red
think
table.
he's pretty solid, he's gonna bet the flop a lot with on this
I,
flop after three betting out of the small blind. Like even when he has bullshit, he should be betting here a lot on this flop.
yeah, I don't know. I'll have to run this. I don't know if this is like a range bet board. I don't think so, to be honest.
Lewis, let's see
Just
what you.
I go pot because
Okay.
yeah, I mean I think he's like got a one pair hand
And I
or
suspect.
like two pair and he's concerned.
Oh,
Okay.
Like
oh, so no, you don't have HUD stats, right? Because it's
So-
on GG.
So, who's betting?
I mean
Betting you're getting a fold here. I'm betting you're getting a fold.
You can have hand stats. I think at least like regular GG Holden has the option to show like all the stats.
Yeah, what do we think? Do we think he's
Let's-
getting a fold or not? Is your question, Scotty? I
Well,
think he's gonna get a decent amount of folds here.
do you want stats? I actually do have stats. I sent a screenshot to my friend.
no, I don't think it matters.
No, I was just curious. Kind of helps with analysis, but on GG you can't get stats onto your. You can't show HUD stats on screen in your hand review, can you?
This guy's a 20 VPIP.
Okay.
Okay, I called it. You are getting called by Ace Jack,
All right. Let's see.
and the reason is he's like, oh, he never has a king.
All right. Let's see it.
Because we didn't bet it on the flop.
I think they're not gonna call it. Oh my gosh! Right, you get raised.
Yeah.
Oh, he just has it.
Oh,
He
it's
has it.
Ace Queen
He slow
again.
played Ace Queen.
Yeah,
Fold.
It's Ace Queen again. No.
Hank. I mean, what else makes sense here?
Nothing.
Would
I
he do
mean,
this with worse? Would he do this with worse for value?
Oh.
Would he have checked two pair on the flop, bet big on the turn, checked on the river, and then check raised a pot size
And
all in?
it's also
nothing but
super
Ace Queen.
consistent
I think
with
he could have like back kick I
A
mean-
bad king.
hand.
Don't check
Pocket-
raise
pocket
bluff
king.
the river. This is never a bluff.
okay,
He's never
It's
turning a
unlikely.
king into a bluff.
but I think what is really cool about this hand, if that is Ace Queen, I'm just saying he's super consistent. On the flop, there's no way ace queen can be beaten, right? He's checking, trapping. We check
Yeah.
behind. Now he's betting big because ace queen can be beaten. And what is he doing? He
Yep.
bets big. And
I mean,
on the
ace
river,
queen. Yeah.
he's trapping again because now it cannot be beaten. So he's check raising. It's perfect. I
No,
love it. It's
but you
consistent.
but you say they're reggy, right? Do they ever turn a hand like Queen Jack, Queen 10 suited into a bluff?
I mean, the thing is, a 20 VPip's quite nitty for 6 max as a reg. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I play about
20
25, 26
20
because, you
Pip's
know,
not reggy.
it's a bad
What's his
reg.
RFI or
I,
PFR?
I don't, that's the only stat I have, 20 VPip.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Can
if
you
he's a
go to
bad reg, then just
options and then
fold.
show HUD?
I just have a screenshot. You won't be able to see.
But like if you go to options on the top right,
I don't think you can
show
get
HUD.
HUD. I don't think you can get HUD stats, can you, for GG?
Oh yeah,
I mean,
No.
these
can.
are,
Yeah,
uh,
22.
I mean, it's, yeah,
Yeah,
You
it
can if
doesn't
you
matter.
hover,
It's
you
only
can
9 hands.
yeah.
right.
Yeah,
Right.
But
only
see,
nine
look,
hand, yeah.
look, I'm an aggressive reg and I got like 26 VPip and,
2K hand? What the fuck?
All right.
well, yeah. I mean, that's me. Um, yeah, I just fold. I can't see it being like
Yeah.
for it to cool. He has to be bluffing like ace 10 or like ace
hmm
jack, which I just don't think I don't see this happen.
I'm with you.
Yeah. No, I mean, even I'm a fucking spewy player that will try to blast people off of strong hands when I know they have it. And I am not going to run this play. And you bet 51, you bet pot into that. I'm not running it with any ace
Yeah.
queen.
I mean, a 20 VPip at 6 max is a nitty player, any way you
Yeah,
slice it.
yeah.
There's just zero chance he's check raising here with anything except ace queen. Like every once in a while, he might have ace queen.
Yeah. No, like sometimes he does have ace queen or kings.
Right.
You want to do another one, Lewis, and then we'll go to Rein?
Okay, I've done.
I
Okay,
have
let's see.
a hand, but how do I send?
So, two ways. So let's go. So we'll do one more Lewis, then we'll go to Rein, and then Marcus. What we do is, if you have it visible on, if you can show it on your screen, you'll just take over. You'll just share your screen.
Yeah. I've got a bunch of
No,
hands
I
queued
have a
up
hand, but
too.
I don't have the what?
We'll go
I
to
have
Andy.
an epic Andy punt queued
I
up
don't
too.
have poker tracker.
Okay. In that case, what you can do is you can put it in a replayer. I'll post a replayer here in the chat.
In the chat?
Yeah, I'll post a replayer so you can build it in the chat while we go on, and then we'll go to you. But we're gonna
Okay.
do. I wanted to do Ryan before Andy, just because Ryan hasn't had a chance in a while.
Oh, light open already.
All right, here we go.
Oh yeah.
I
It's
mean,
not a
is it?
light
Just a
open at
fold.
6 max.
I
Isn't
think
it?
this.
No, it's
I
a
think this.
pure open at 6 max.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yeah, this is at the bottom.
So too
I mean,
much live where you 5x open and all
I
that.
can get my charts. Wait one sec.
Sure. No, Queen Jack, you're fine.
Actually, it's not a pure open at 6 max.
You're fine.
This is my
Yeah.
HRC chart
That
with the
works.
rake structure. So yeah, it's like the bottom. Ace 9 off.
Look at that ace 5 that I never play. Okay.
On peak,
Yeah.
it is not. Just a side note. I
Yeah,
know charts vary from
Yep.
source to source.
All right.
Yeah.
So
So
you open
yeah.
Queen Jack off.
I'm opening it pure at 6 max.
Deep early. 200.
Playing against the big
But everyone else
blind.
is like 100. So yeah, it's better open then.
See bet it. Oh, I go for the big sizing. I don't know if I have much big sizings, but I definitely have some 10x, but so does he.
It's
I
an
think
ace
it's
high
all
board.
right.
It's an ace high board. You can bet big size if you want.
Yeah.
So say in theory, it's probably big size. I'm gonna bet it small, but
Yeah.
I'm not gonna bet it at all actually.
And now. Ooh.
Okay. We picked
And
up
there's
equity.
yeah, I mean, I think you can check back or bet here. I mean, I'm aggressive, so I bet, like overbet.
What is his range that continues? How like we think he
That's the
doesn't we think he has some 10x that just calls because it's pretty dry.
Yeah.
Whenever you take a big size and he has ace X that's just gonna call. I would want to go like recap him actually here with this paired board and when the flushing card comes in and go like kind of small again, trying to get him to raise off that 10x, and then when we're on the river, we can just blast him off. I mean, just
Yeah,
calls.
either that or
Trying to
I mean
blast
in
them
the
off,
micros.
right?
In
What's
the
up?
micros, a lot that works is, checking back this turn, even with the added equity. And then if they bet half pot or less on the flop, just blast off and they'll fold range.
Yeah. So Brian, when you take your line, you're trying to cap him to a weak ace and then get him to fold that ace on the river. Is that right?
Yeah, it's
That's
kind of
that's
hard though
the
because
bulk of
I
it.
wouldn't take this line the way I play
Okay,
with
you would
the
have
ace high
checked it. You would have
board.
checked. Okay.
Yeah, but on the turn when it goes to check check, then I would be much more comfortable trying to get
Yeah.
ace to fold on the turn if he has an ace. But I'm gonna think he has a lot less aces when it goes check check, or when he checks twice.
Yeah.
So
My problem, so
yeah,
my problem with the bet here is, so you picked up equity, and that's a good cue for when you want to continue bluffing. I totally agree with that. But on this particular board, the hands that continue that aren't an ace or a 10 are a whole lot of king, queen, king, jack, and jack, queen. And we block a
sure.
whole lot of king, queen, queen, jack, and jack, queen.
But he still has
Yeah.
the
Pocket
pocket pair
eights.
portion. Yeah.
Eh,
The
some of it,
but
some
now
of
if
that.
he continues here, I'm gonna downgrade tons of pocket pairs.
Yeah, yeah. If he continues here, it's an ace and some weird tens.
And that's
That's
why I don't like going big if I'm gonna take this line. I would prefer to go small here
right.
and keep
Yeah.
it a little wider and then really get to make sure the 10 raises off
Yeah.
and really
It
attack
seems
on the river.
Yeah, it seems like you play a bit more exploity than me. I think I'm thinking like, what would I do with a 10? And you want to like load the money in to try and like, I mean, we're probably not going to play for stacks in a single raise pot, like one for 40 deep. But I want to like try and, get the pot and like, I mean,
Well, I wouldn't think about like
some
what
people will start to fold aces here, but sticky people will just call an ace on the
well,
turn and fold on the river.
I have no problem with GTO or any of that. I do use it sometimes, but I would say that you're like against bad players, which most of the players you're gonna play against are gonna be bad at 10 and now. That having an approach where you're thinking about what they have and where they're continuing and all that stuff is going to be better just because you're going to be able to really hone in and print bluffs against them and then get good value from them as well. If you're really just thinking about what they have and not what you have much. But it does matter what you have. But like here, what we want to just try and cap them.
All right, let's see what happens. Yay.
Hey, you get
That can
there.
happen.
Um,
So what do we think? We think that he still has some pretty strong hands, right?
Yeah, we do.
So he
All in
calls a
over.
big size. He called an over. He called a big flop bet, a big over bet, another, and then an over bet. I would go for. I mean, we don't. Are we target? We're not really targeting ace X as much here.
Really?
We're
I would
targeting.
target exactly ace X.
Well, yeah, we can target, but I'm gonna say that we still have like this 10x is never gonna raise. Yeah, you can over bet small here to get ace X to call some portion of the time, and then 10x will definitely call.
55. 55, 60, 50, 55.
Yeah, that's a good size. I think you get ace X and 10x to call.
Yeah.
yeah, so his range is like it's mostly 10x and ace x, right? And
Mostly
Yeah,
then
ace X.
sometimes air like king, queen of clubs.
Yeah, yeah,
I
That's
think we removed a decent portion of that with the large size on
yeah.
the turn.
yeah.
I mean, does he ever have like nines? Maybe not. Would nines call a big bet on the flop? Maybe not, but
They
maybe.
might. They'll probably call one
But it's
time
like
on the
three
flop.
combos, and like there's like, I mean, in theory, he shouldn't really have queen 10, and
If you if
but
you get
he
raised here,
should.
that's not good.
Oh,
Yes.
for sure. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think he's mostly got like, yeah,
I think
I
some of his tens raised off, and that's why I think the bulk of what you're aiming at is aces, is ace X.
yeah, I decided to go for the smaller side, the B75.
All right.
Well, if this is what you think an ace is definitely is calling, then I like it. And if we're gonna remove a ton of 10x from his range, then I like the side.
Yeah. I mean, he could very easily have 10x the way I play it, like just call the big bet, and then I don't
That's
think he's
why
gonna.
I with your bigger size, I like the bigger size on the river because he's more
Yeah,
uncapped when he calls twice.
yeah. I
He's gonna
think
have more
like
10x that doesn't raise.
I think this is okay. So let's see what he does. I'm going to say there's a
could,
little valley of Brian here because you know that that an ace is going to call at least five more than that, right? You know an ace is going to
Yeah.
call 40. So I don't see what the 35 does that 40 doesn't. It's a niggling point I'm making here, but I'm still making it. All right,
could
let's
you
see
ever
what
be greedy and just
You just
jam?
wanted to say Valley of Brian.
I just want to say value of
Can
Brian just before I leave.
can you ever be greedy and just jam?
No, because we also the other thing we're not considering is that how often does he just donk a 10 here on the river after not check raising it on the turn and being scared that it checks through on the river?
Remember, and Brian thought you could get an ace to fold for a massive bet.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for a crazy size to get. I
Yeah,
think we're
I
gonna
mean,
fold out
I
aces
don't, I
with the
don't, so
jam. Then we don't want
yeah.
to go for that with value.
Also, I don't think straights are in the jam range. I think your flush. I think your full houses are in the jam range to get straight. To make a.
I don't think I mean, we're never running into a full house from him because he's definitely donking a full house on the river. They just always do.
Most of the time, yes.
To leave in
He's
10
Yeah.
seconds.
likely
What does he do? What does he do? I have to leave in 10 seconds.
Um, he tanks for ages and pays.
All right.
ace nine.
Ace nine.
Okay, yeah.
Second better. Yeah.
And then I
Yeah,
tag to my
so
friend, and then I send this to my friend and be
Canadian
like,
full house.
He's obsessed with blockers.
are you out of here, Scotty? He's gone. Oh, you got another
Yeah.
one, Lewis?
is
Or...
departed, but he's
No,
coming
I
back.
mean,
Do not be
They're good
concerned.
hands. I like these. These are interesting.
Yeah.
You make so many more hands than I do.
I'm playing like 900 hands an hour, so
That's true. Yeah, I play 25 an hour. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Like this is why I always come with the most insane hands, right? I'm playing like
Yeah.
10k rush hands a week. That's the target. So
True.
Unfortunately, Poker Stars doesn't have Zoom poker anymore, so I don't get to play any of the fast games. I just got to play a shitload of tables.
what the
I
fuck?
would
They
say,
stopped.
like, do you
Are you
think
on
he
a
was? Oh, sorry, go ahead. I was talking about the
yeah?
hand still.
Yeah, that's crazy that they don't have it. I guess the pool's too small.
Why did you have hands to share?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got hands. I have
Oh.
one more thing about this hand though. So on the river here, like, did you think that ace is gonna call more than this?
I think in game I was just thinking like I was probably thinking just my range just because I had tables picking. Like I was thinking, oh, straight 2/3 seems about 3/4 seems about right, and I was like, oh, if I had a boat, which is rare, I would just probably jam or like
Well,
bet.
even with a boat, still we don't even want to. Yeah, because I
Yeah,
like what Andy was saying, and I forgot about this, is that a lot of the time his 10x and his stronger hands are going to just donk the river. And when he donks for a big size and you have a boat, you just shove it in his face and stack him up.
yeah.
But
I think our blockers are kind of bad as well. Like, because like, what's the most common hands he'll have is like Queen 10 and Jack 10 if he's a bit wide pre offsuit.
Mhm.
And then the suited side, it's going to be 10-9, 10-8,
Yep,
those kind of hands. Because if you look at, let me get a chart up actually to
I would,
illustrate.
I
But
would just think about the fact that he didn't donk.
just because
Makes it
like let's look at his pre-flop range. Like yeah, it's like see if he's cooler than 10-8 and 10-9 suited. Yeah. But like, yeah, you shouldn't have this offsuit stuff. But I mean, some people will because they're too wide. A lot of people are too wide
Mhm.
in the big blind. Um, and we kind of block like kind of what we want to get called by on the offsuit side, and like the stuff on the suited side. Like he doesn't have many suited 10x, and two of them are boats. So that kind of makes me not want to go too big, just because we're just gonna get called by or jammed by. Well, they'll probably cool if we go big, like by a boat. So like they're gonna have boats here a decent amount of the time, the way we played it as well with the double big bet.
Yeah.
So yeah.
All right.
I
Well,
Yeah, I'm gonna
Alright.
stop. I've hooked the
Okay,
mic a bit.
Ryan, it's your show, man. You can share now.
All right. So let's see. This is. Um, yes. So I've been playing. Like I played um some 50 NL the last few like last few days. I did kind of well at some point, but then kind of dropped. And these are the hands that I marked um to have a look at later on. So let me just. So I probably didn't play it too well, but uh,
All right.
these are
So
the
what
ones
side are
that
you playing on? You're on
I
GG.
I'm on GG Poker, yeah.
So these I would guess these HUD stats don't really pertain, right?
I
No.
mean I'm not playing like the very fast ones. So
True, but
I think
I
this would be
I
like stuff
doesn't
that's on the
GG
table.
anonymize all its hand histories? So
Yeah. So I
these
mean, yeah, you
these
only
names
see the.
don't correlate. I mean, I think they change each hand, right? So these names don't correlate to a player.
Right. But I mean I think they're the same as the ones you get that you while you're playing, and you get like the amount that the person has been playing at the table.
All right. Okay.
But
I thought they
yeah,
didn't correlate. I thought they were
I
changed each hand for each player, so there was no
I
connection.
mean it is like 25 hands in this session. Like this session's 13.
Okay. All right.
But
Let's look at the hand.
anyway, so yeah, let's see, called the night. So it's a multi-way. This guy um, ended up going quite big. So I think this was one of my first hands in a while that I was playing again. Um,
Well, what makes this hand profitable is not necessarily drawing to the straight and the flush, although that helps. I think you have to really be able to bluff here when you're in position. That's what really makes this a profitable hand.
right. Yeah.
What was
Yeah, no,
his three
that
bet? Three bet pot?
Squeeze spot.
like it's yeah.
Oh. Oh, so you okay.
So
It,
I might have just not should have not probably should have not even like called the big
question
bet, and then he continues to bet.
question real quick on the flop. Why on the pre-flop? Larry,
Yeah.
do you like the call better because of the small side, the three bet?
I don't, I frankly don't think I would play this hand. I think I would fold.
Wait, but it didn't it open on the cutoff with 10-9 suited on the button?
Yeah, we're the
Yeah.
flatter behind the
Yeah,
R5 player.
yeah. Yeah, I'm saying like here instead of like I would probably three bet here.
Yeah, I like a three bet there. Isolate the blinds out.
Yeah. Which obviously maybe this guy has a monster and you would have just got cold forward, which would have been game and you can just fold. But I mean I'm at like Larry, would you have liked do you like the call here and then when and get to see
Not if
when you're in position?
I mean they're on GG, so it's the structures are a little. It's we don't benefit as much from a fold pre
Right.
on GG because you're still paying rake pre-flop. But I think
Yeah.
this
Really?
is probably
What?
Yeah.
You pay rake
is a better
pre-flop?
fold on
Yeah.
GG.
Oh, okay. I
Or
didn't know that. Then yeah, then fold is actually pretty solid. Like, you get damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, I don't hate the call. I don't hate a three bet. I think it's very villain dependent. You know, if you've got some history with this guy and
Yeah.
he's kind of fishy, I would definitely three bet and isolate.
I mean,
You know, or if the guys in the
I
blinds are
really don't.
squeezy.
I really don't have any real history with these people. Like as I said, it was quite a while since uh was I took quite a bit of a little bit of break with mostly studying and barely playing for a while.
Yeah, Rain, if you look at the peak GTO charts, like button against cutoff open, this is a high proportion free bet. The 10 range.
Right, yeah. Yeah.
Mm, 9-10 suited on the button on peak versus a cutoff open is almost a pure three bet.
Right.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna steal the share from you.
All right.
Wait, Andy, you got
Go
what
ahead.
Larry says that you get raked pre-flop here. So I don't know how much that's going to.
So these are all
Yeah.
free. I mean,
Yeah,
anybody can
changes
pull
it.
these up. Anybody can pull these up. Anybody can look at these. So Ryan, you might want to go on GTO Wizard. You can specify an L50 GG rake, right?
Right.
Which is unique because majority of sites, if you
That's insane to me.
win pre-flop, you're not paying rake.
Yeah,
But you
no,
are
I
paying
know.
rake here.
I
So
know, yeah.
it mixes. You can call, but it's really marginal, right? All these all of a
Right.
sudden become really marginal
So I
at
would
this
I
think though
guess
depth, at this
with the rig
rake
pre-flop,
structure.
you're gonna want to play. You're gonna want to play bigger pots.
Well, actually, no, because you don't hit the cap. You
Oh,
don't hit
there's
the
no.
cap at 50 GG.
So
You
is
hit the
there?
cap
There's no
very
cap.
quickly at if you look at it, usually you don't hitting the cap isn't a significant changer
Yeah,
of strategy until you get to 500.
yeah. Because
Lower
at
than that,
500, it
you just don't
doesn't
really
affect
hit the
as much.
cap enough for it to
Can
make
you
a
go
difference to
to?
play bigger pots. I'm gonna hand
Can
this
you go
back to you,
to?
Ryan, but I just
Wait, real quick while you're on here,
sure.
before you go, can you go to like hijack open versus cutoff?
Hijack
And then I
opens.
want to see how it reacts. So you do way more calling, which is surprising. You do a
Yeah,
normal
because
size, like a 3x size, because I know that normally we're doing a lot of three better fold in a reg structure where you
or
can
uh
like
hit
the
max.
2.5. Can you do 2.5? Or
you can't do it in these.
Okay, all right. It
Now
doesn't
I'll
matter that
show you
much.
just the difference. So you go to 50 NL, ridiculous rate, and then you play this is 1K NL. That changed a lot. Now I was looking at 1K NL. Let's go do our original spot. Raise. Now it comes in, right?
It comes in.
That's a pure factor of rate.
Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
All right, I'm gonna stop sharing. It's back to you, Ryan.
All
All
right.
I would fold this pre unless this guy's really loose.
Yeah. Uh, I think this is one of my like shitty hands where I just like I ended up calling this guy off as well.
Oh,
So
Ooh,
you've got
yeah.
to have plans to bluff here if he slows down.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
Yeah, I did end up like he ends up like on the turn he checks when the 8 comes, and then at 10 he checks back as well, and then I end up bluffing him
Well,
I mean, we're not really
bluffing him off.
bluffing now.
Or like at least yeah.
were you trying to get and fold
That's
King 10?
Yeah, like we're not. He's not folding an 8. He's
yeah.
not folding an overpair. Do we
Right,
think any of
yeah.
his overpairs check back? Some portion of the time his overpairs might check on the 8
Yeah.
turn, but they're probably
I
betting
should
the
I should
river.
have gone with like a lower size, right?
well,
Yeah, we're going
no,
for
you don't
value
have to go
here.
with anything
Go
here.
for
I don't
value.
think you need to bluff this. I
We
No,
can
mean,
more
either
you're
like
gonna
go
check.
for
We can
win.
check
value.
back.
Just
You're
check
gonna
and
win
you
yeah,
bet.
some
you
of
have
the
way
time.
too much showdown value. You beat a lot of his range,
Right.
including now if he's got nines, you beat one of his pocket pairs. You beat ace king, ace, all of his ace king, ace queen, ace jack, king queen,
Yeah,
a lot of his range that 3-bet, c-bets, you're ahead of now.
Right.
If you were
Yeah.
gonna think about bluffing, that 8 on the turn would have been a good card to start.
yeah, that would be my question here. Why are we not betting the turn?
Yeah, when he checks the turn,
We'll go back to the
that
turn. Let's see
you
this.
know,
So
we
what do
could
we
we
think
could
he has
fire.
here?
Right.
I
So
think
he fired on the flop, and
that's a
then they
super rangy bet on the flop. Like
yeah.
he's firing that with his whole 3-bet range. So when he checks to that turn, it screams a lot of give up.
Yeah,
And we have way more 8s in range than he does.
Oh, we
Right.
But what is our range that calls the flop?
It'd be
Probably
pocket
some
pairs,
ace
8x.
x, some ace x, some 8x, and then a lot of pocket pairs. That he's now a lot of his range is beat, and I think it's a good card. It's a way better card for us to bet than him.
Yeah,
and
but so
Yeah.
when we're here though, we think he has some overpairs a little bit of the time, right? Because he
Yeah,
gets scared when the eight pairs. So we I don't hate the check because when it goes check check on the river and we don't improve, we just blast ace highs off and overcards that beat us. But we also get the opportunity because when it goes check check and then he's gonna come out and bet his overpairs on the river 90% of it.
yeah. That's
So
oh,
when
that's
he
the
comes
other
out and
line.
bets, now we go for a massive raise to blast off those hands because he's going into check call mode with his overpairs sometimes, which we're not going to get what we want. But when we go for a raise of his bet, it looks way stronger than it does if we just go bet bet.
do you hate the idea of betting small on the turn just to, let's say he has Queen Jack suited of hearts. He can have
Mhm.
this here, right?
Yep.
So I personally like the idea of betting small here.
I don't hate small. I don't think we want to
Thank
go big here because what we want to do is we want to get his ace X to call. We want all that
Yeah,
shit to,
if
so we
I'm
can make them
betting here,
full.
if I'm starting a bluff, I'm starting with like a B33. Like I'm
Yep.
betting like
Yeah,
15
sounds
big
great.
blinds here.
Yep.
That way, and he might, if for some reason if somehow he gets here with an 8, he may think about a check raise here. Maybe not.
Or
But
an
Probably if he
overpair.
bet his eight
Maybe
on the
he
flop, he's
over
betting it again.
or he's raising his overpair for no reason, but some people do it, right? So he has queens here and sometimes they just raise. But then we can still just fold.
Yeah. I mean,
Because
I
we
don't
have
I don't hate
nothing.
it. I just think we're able to like super cap him when we check here. I think check is good because when it goes check, when you go bet call, he's kind of in that calling shell where when we try to blast on the river, it's going to be harder to get a lot of those hands to fold, especially when we only have 79 back here. Versus if we go, say we check here, and then he checks on the river, we just blast him. He has nothing that can call us. We can go big, and he's never calling us. And then if we go check here and then he bets the river, he's probably going to bet kind of small with his repairs. And say he comes out and bets like 15 and we stick it in on him. I don't know how much he's going to love calling there. It's an interesting line. I don't know. Do we think he's going to fold an overpair?
I guess depends on the river card
Yeah.
a little bit. I mean, if there's a deuce and he has pocket
if
tens,
he's
I
going to
don't
fold an
see
overpair,
people
is
folding.
very, very opponent dependent. That if we think he has an overpair, we have to know that he's capable. We have to have some history. Like I don't hate the check back line. And then, like Brian said, if he has overpairs, he's gonna fire again. If he's capable of betting thinly. Some guys are just so terrified they're not gonna bet thin enough, and they're not gonna bet an overpair there, and we're just walking into a buzzsaw by
That's
jamming.
That's true. I mean, it is opponent dependent. So if we're against it too, we could always decide too. But when it goes check check on the river, I think he had completely devoid of overpairs except for nines because the 10 comes off. But like say,
Absolutely.
yeah. So when it goes check check, we just get to destroy him. And then when he bets, we can decide like, hey, is this a guy that we think can fold an overpair? Or is this a guy that's folding an overpair? And then we just give up. But like if we bet here, his overpair just calls, and then what do we do on the river in that spot?
So
Oh,
when
we
he
might check back.
checks
That's what I'm
when he
saying. So
checks
you can
turn,
have the
checks
option to check
river,
back river to fold river if he comes out and bets if you think he's never folding an overpair.
True.
right? So when he checks turn and then checks river, like I like a small size to kind of
Yeah.
try and lure that ace high, like, hey, please call me.
Yeah.
Well, but let's say we miss on the river though. Like we don't have anything on the river,
Oh, yeah, we
and
miss on the river and
and he
he
checks.
checks, we blast off.
Yeah, we can just go for everything. We don't technically small size would work, but we can make everything fold. He can have 7 still here. He can have
Yeah,
sixes here
yeah,
still. So we can
we
just go
jam, we
crazy.
miss on the river and jam. Absolutely.
Right.
We're never he's
Uh,
never calling anything. But if when we hit this 10, I think at this point it's we break the Affleck rule and go like a B33, like a B25. Something to
Right.
just
No, I
get that
go for
ace high to
value.
flick in a call. Because
Yeah,
we're
Yeah.
ahead of everything at this point.
yeah.
Yeah,
when
no.
we are so sure that he will fold on the river, do you really like a jam on the river? I mean, after a check, we could only bet like 35 big blinds, something like this.
What
40
I'm
big
saying is when
blinds.
we
The
hit that
main
10, we bet like 15 big blinds.
No. If we
Like,
don't hit the 10 and we want to bluff,
how much will
why would
sevens
we?
or nines call? Like let's say a jack comes off on the river, we don't make a hand. We have
Yes.
he checked back with his nines because he was scared of the eights.
Yep.
And now on the turn, the river comes a jack. 35 is not going to get him to fold his nine. But
Yeah, that makes
he's
sense.
never
Okay.
calling when we jam. If he has nothing that can call when we jam, I'm okay with. Even though like we're targeting, we still want sevens to fold. We want all that shit to fold. So I'm okay with just
Hmm.
blasting into it when we think that he basically has nothing that can call, except for the few times that maybe six comes on the river and he checks and he made a boat and you jam and you get snapped off. But that's just going to happen so rarely that it's still fine to blast.
Okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure if it's better to just jam, but it makes sense.
Well, I mean, your side, if you were like in the spot where you think like, hey, I'm not going to get this guy to fold nines or sevens, then your size is great because you just get him to fold out his overcards that beat you.
Oh,
But
I
when
was
he's
thinking the other way around. It's basically like saying, so if I bet like 40, 44, he would still fold his pocket nines and then I don't have to bet bigger. But
okay, I mean,
if it's the
yeah, it
other way
depends.
around, yeah.
It depends what you think about the player. I mean, I don't know the player. But based on most players, I would say they're gonna have a tougher time calling that 2x pot river bet with pot that. And then we obviously are getting all the folds from the ace high.
right. Yeah. And then I should have been like betting for value here. Like for some reason I was like just
I
try
don't.
and put as much like in,
I mean,
but
it
yeah.
depends. Like, do you think he's gonna come out and bet? Like, if he picked up a 10 on the river here, and we think all of his overpairs probably bet. If he picked up a 10, would he bet? Probably. And you check back the turn, he probably comes out and bets the 10. So yeah, we can maybe go super thin for value, super tiny to get maybe an ace X to call.
Or maybe even this like half pot maybe could have gotten like something worse to call.
Yeah, I
But
mean, I
yeah.
would do what Andy was talking about breaking the Mad Affleck and go
Yeah.
smaller because we think that he's pretty capped on this river. So we can just target his ace high, get to call off
Mm,
with.
so
And if you get jammed on, what do you do? You call.
If you get jammed on the river,
Yeah.
if you come out and bet really small,
Yeah, because obviously going like smaller, you're doing it as an exploit. So like
uh, they're very unlikely to be doing that with anything worse than what you have. So
I mean
you just fold.
then it kind of becomes like a block of a bet almost, right?
Well,
And
it's not really a blocker because you're in position. It's a thin
yeah,
value bet that
but
most players aren't going to turn enough hands and most players are under bluffing. So in that spot, when they come out and jam, you don't want to be bluff.
they're not gonna ever. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't play 50 NL ring. They're never gonna like see their ace king and think you're capped yourselves and jam on
If
you.
it is 50 and out, we're not playing, so there are going to be better players on here. So it's true. Maybe opening yourself up isn't the greatest idea there in that spot.
Right.
In my game, I would absolutely, like live, I would absolutely probably do a thin value bet there to get called by an ace high because they're not going to turn it into a bluff enough.
Yeah, I think on GG
Hmm.
50 NL that will happen X% of the time. But I
If
agree.
that's
Yeah.
something that you're worried about happening and you think the player that you're playing against is good enough to do it, then I think taking your showdown.
Or just
I mean,
bet in like
there's a lot of people who like play like who don't like stack up until to the max, right? In this case, everybody is at least 100 big blinds, but and there's a lot of people who limp still, and a lot of multi-way pots and stuff. So there's yeah, I mean there's definitely a lot of fish um in the 50 and L pool. But okay, let's look at another hand where I'm not uh, that I wanted to have another look at. Let's see, opening up the jacks. All right, I get free bet. And so in this spot, button first and big blind. So I end up going quite big.
yeah, I like it.
Getting cold.
Oh, we have more equity. Yeah,
Right, yeah,
best
so now
hand sometimes.
I
we
mean
have the best hand and we have a draw, right?
I mean he should never have nines or eights because big blind versus button. It should be like tens plus for value. Actually maybe nines like occasionally.
And I'm also oh yeah, right. We're also playing like
And
very deep in this, and we were both above 200 big blinds.
and
Are you targeting with your bet
what
on the turn?
do we think queens would raise on the flop?
Not when you take a
Check.
big size. Do we
Right,
think
but
they
I
just
mean
lead
queen.
though? We think they probably lead a lot. We think a lot of his overpairs probably just come out and bet.
I
Yes.
mean, right. So I ended up going like just over pot.
Okay.
Because I mean it's still like we have a decent hand as well as a like open-ended draw, and he ended up folding.
That's fine. He floated you with ace highs.
I mean
So in
I
this
would have
case,
gone smaller. Like
I would just go big enough to make it unprofitable for a flush to call.
yeah, that's what I meant. Like yeah,
So
I think
let's go,
so
like
like
what?
what size would you like to go like
So
on the turn, right?
he
Because
needs
the flop you
18.
kinda you didn't you like, right? Those
No, I don't mind the flop. Play differently. So I think your reasoning is fine. Go big. You want to deny equity to overcards. You have a strong hand. We think he's probably gonna continue betting a lot of his overpairs. So I think you have a good hand to continue with.
I
And then
think bet 75.
70, I would like B75 or 75
Yeah,
big
yeah,
blinds.
B 75.
B70. I would go a little smaller than that because they need 18% to call with their flush draws. So we can we only need to go like to make that unprofitable. We could technically only go 33%, but we want to get a little more value because they're probably going to call too wide.
Yeah,
We
I
can
like a
go,
B66
Like
here.
60,
yeah,
60, 60 something, 60.
yeah, in
Oh,
that area. I like that.
Yeah.
I think
yeah,
overbet's a little like what are we targeting here?
and
We
one
can
thing
target
which
10x, I guess.
I
one
He
thing
probably
mean,
comes out and bets, so he's got a lot of draws in that spot. Bullshit. So let's target the endless. Let's go bigger than let's make it unprofitable for them to call.
yeah, and I think one thing if we go too small here, it could be dangerous because he could still check raise over pairs, but somehow we are forced to call. Like
Well,
kings, queen. So if we go like 33%, that's what I mean.
yeah,
I
no,
don't
I
even think
wouldn't go
he has
33%.
overpairs here.
33% is technically, yeah, we think he doesn't have a lot of overpairs and not a lot of 10x. His 10x probably continues through betting and then getting there. So we think that he just has a lot of draw. We'll go like 40 big blind. Just, we don't need it. I mean, I'm okay with, we don't really want to get money in with this ideal.
No, I like the 40 big blinds bet. I was saying if we bet like 20, I don't
No,
know.
20.
We could get check raised and then it feels like awkward with this hand because it's so good we cannot fold, but somehow we don't know where we stand.
Yeah, I mean, what do we think? If we get check raised, how many outs do we think we have? Do we think we have 2 outs to the jack? Or do we
No,
think we
we
need
have,
to hit her straight up?
oh, I,
Small enough
no,
that
yeah,
check raise
yeah.
starts becoming a viable option for him. We also have to remember we gave, we put the spaz bait out there. Like, when we go big on flop and then size way down on turn, like that's gonna cause a lot of spazzes.
I'm not talking way down. I'm talking like 40 still. That's not small.
Yeah.
I like to right, which would be about the same bet we did on the flop.
Yeah, yeah. Which I
Yeah,
don't have a
similar
problem with that.
size, similar
Yeah,
proportion,
our
yeah.
relative sizing is about the same. So I'm talking like we go big on flop and then, like some of are talking going down to like a B33. I think that's just straight
No.
spaz bait. We're gonna get check raised there quite a bit, I think.
Well, I wasn't talking about, I was saying B33 is pretty much all we need to do to make it unprofitable from the call, but I wasn't talking about actually doing a B33. I'm saying I would still go bigger than that.
Brian.
Yeah, I really like a B66 here.
Yeah,
Like a
Brian,
good 2/3, maybe a little bit
What,
more, a 75, something like that.
but
what's up,
Brian,
Scotty?
you asked a specific question. You said, if we get check raised, do we think we have to hit our straight or do we think our jack is good enough? We absolutely think our jack is good enough, and here's why. Um, when he has a straight here, so our jack beats all the two pairs and all the sets. It
Hmm.
only loses to the straight. And most of the straights have a jack in it.
Oh,
By
yeah,
default, we
you're
hit our
right.
jack. We've now blocked the hell out of the straights. We feel great when we hit our jack.
It's true. Yeah.
We're not raising our jack ever,
No.
but we feel fine about our jack. Most of the time our jack is enough.
I mean, if he was an aggressive player, maybe King Queen raises off with
Mhm.
our jack's no good, but then we're
Yeah.
ahead, so that
King
doesn't
queen,
matter.
king queen, yeah, all those kinds of things. Yep.
Mm.
Yeah, all right. I mean, I was just kind of thinking, but yeah, no, I wouldn't go small enough. I wouldn't be looking to induce. I'd be looking to get value from draws here because I just think he has got a lot of draws
Yeah.
and bullshit that's not
Or
calling
his
anything.
10x.
Well, I was gonna say, yeah, he has some 10x, but his 10x is gonna call, but his 10x a lot of the time his 10x is gonna be betting the flop more, or three betting, and then getting called. He's probably gonna come out and bet a lot of his 10x, so he's gonna continuation bet with that. So I would say that he's probably doesn't have as much 10x. He still can have 10x. You're correct.
Now, if we bet tiny on the turn, which I do not advise, then when our jack comes in, I'm not as confident it's good.
Mhm. My small was like 40 big blinds, not.
Yeah. Right. All right. So what did we
Yeah.
do?
So I ended up going like real big. I ended up like betting over pot and then he folded,
All right.
which is why
What do you? Why?
Granted,
Why did you do that bet? It's like I would want
yeah,
to
I
know
was
more.
gonna ask, what are you looking to accomplish with that size? Like if you're gonna overbet,
I
anything
mean
that's
it's
gonna call 65 is gonna call 80.
yeah. I mean probably kind of uh yeah, no, even like geometrically it doesn't really make too much sense.
We also
Uh
don't think we want to get all the money in. If all the money goes in
no.
with this hand, we don't think we're
Yeah.
good.
We're cool.
Yeah, no.
We want to get a lot of value, but we don't think we're good if all the money, if 100 and 200 big
Yeah.
blinds go into the pot.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, like we really want to think about like what are if we're gonna overbet that, I mean that size, what does our size accomplish? Like if we're gonna overbet there, we might as well go to like 75, 80, 90 and go really big. And
Right.
then with a plan that if he calls, we're checking back every turn, other than maybe a queen.
Right. Yeah. Um, I mean, fair enough. Like I said, these were hands that I marked in like after the session. Like I marked them during the session, and afterwards I marked them in GG Poker, and I hadn't really gotten around to actually like going through them like on my own yet.
Okay.
But these were like hands for which I knew like hey, like while playing, like hey, I should have another look at them afterwards.
What? You play King 7?
Yep, this is an open.
Yeah,
7's an open.
it's right on the edge, but
It's fringy, but it's there.
Hey, when I played online, I would open king 5. Would have been really nice.
yeah, I mean, I feel like low jack like it has king 5 as
This is
well.
fine. This is
Is it
fine.
So
great time to
yeah,
just check?
cold, and I end up, yeah. So he checks. I end up wanting to bet, not to. So you guys wanted to check.
Did you
But
consider
I
checking?
wanted to.
Yeah, there are good reasons to check. And I'm not saying you need to check here, but did you think of it, or did you just go, "Oh, I have a king, I have to bet"? I just want to know what your thought process was.
I honestly don't recall specifically.
So think
I
about
mean,
it now.
this is like two days ago.
Gotcha.
So
What's
I don't
so
have
doing
that.
it now? What's your reasons for betting here, and what would your reasons for checking be here? Just state them out loud.
He bet.
I mean, it would be for value, right? I'm not trying to get them to fold with a king.
Okay.
So go ahead, finish what you're gonna say. Let's say in poker coaching land, this is basically falls into marginal made.
Yeah.
Or in the peckish pony, it's a showdown value type of hand. I think personally, I think it's a great spot to protect our checking range.
Right.
If we get called, chances are we're beat. We can check here and really see, let them see what they do, right? It's a good
Right.
spot, let them bluff, but it also, kind of helps protect that checking range that, we have to be checking back some top pair, some good hands. I think this falls really well into that category. Like it's not a good enough hand to bet, but we're not looking to check fold. We're looking to check call.
Right. Yeah.
Yep.
So
Exactly.
Unless it goes bet raise, then we're looking at fold.
Exactly.
Absolutely. That's
Right.
another one is
It's just got easy.
So yeah, I check back. They check back as well, and if I check.
Yep.
Well,
All right.
Great.
we've seen that. We can note this player is kind of a station and we just hammer him with value.
Calls way too wide. Yeah.
I mean, we go
Yeah.
balls to the wall against this player from now on.
Yeah. Also,
Right, yeah.
he has a lot more garbage in his button calling range than we thought he did.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't necessarily recall exactly why I marked this hand, but all right. But yeah, I should be a little bit more stingy when like
On
and would you like let's say if I was in the button with like 7 king on such a board, would you consider like putting out a small bet?
Sure.
I would like it because then you get
Like
to
if they
deny a little bit of
both
equity
check.
and then check the turn.
Sure. You're in position at the end. The back seat in a three-way pot does a lot more betting than the middle
Yeah.
seat. Yeah. Yep.
Right. All right. Let's see.
Everyone else has foregone a bluff. Okay, great.
Ooh.
whoa.
Oh right. I think this is
Yeah.
about
This-
like how do I try to extract the max value from this guy? That's
You have to
Or just check
what-
it all the way down.
You have to get very lucky, unfortunately.
Yeah. So I mean, so like yeah. So he checked.
It's small here.
I would
Let's
still
go
bet
small
check.
here.
I'd still bet
I
small.
check. You still want to bet?
I bet small. Yeah.
What is his
Right.
range that calls your three bet? He's got a lot of suited connectors. He's got
Oh,
some suited aces. He's got pocket pairs that contain a club. So let's just go
that's
small and keep him in.
yeah. Yeah. Let's get called by pocket sevens with a seven of clubs.
Yeah, you don't want his pocket eights to get like scared when a high card comes. You kind
Yeah.
of want money now.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys would have wanted to like bet like a quarter pot.
Yeah. Quarter pot, third
So
pot.
Yeah, this is a
right.
nice small
So like
bet.
like a free bet pot, you tend to
And then when
like
he folds, which he's going to do a lot, and you go, oh
yeah.
damn, I should have done nothing. You just realize he folded jack of spades, 10 of diamonds. You were never
Right.
going to get money anyway.
All right.
You know, that's what I'm saying.
Yep.
It's hard to get money when you have both the ace and the king here.
All right. So then
This is
he does
great. He
he
bet.
yes,
Wonderful.
he bets. So I called
Wonderful.
and he bets again.
Right.
I've just put them all in.
Fabulous.
Ooh.
Wait, what happened? Uh,
You got him spaz by checking.
right.
Great. I think you, yeah,
Okay.
I think you probably win the money in just a slightly different order. I think he check raises this flop at you.
Yeah,
He
and then
didn't
you
even
know
have the
that.
queen of clubs.
Yeah, and then you know that he calls queens. I'm pretty sure this is like a pure full bet.
I
In
would note
theory,
this
100
guy
deep.
is never folding an overpair. So
Right.
we are never going to try and bluff him off of an overpair.
Right.
Would also note he will start spazzing if we check flop. You know, when we check
Although I wouldn't
flop
call
with
this
thick
a spaz,
value.
but yes, I wouldn't
It's
call
not,
this
yeah,
a
I wouldn't
spaz.
even call this a spaz. This guy thinks he has value here.
Yeah.
True.
Right.
Like
Overvalued.
he called your jam. He thinks he has value.
Yeah. If we had bet the flop small, he was probably check raising. If he wasn't check raising, we were gonna make it to the river and jam the river, and he was gonna call us. Yeah, this money's going in, and I love the order it went in. This is great.
Right. Nice.
What's good though about when you bet and he check raises and or you're able to pile in money faster is just that before that fourth club comes off. You might not want to fold an overpair, but you might want to do it whenever four clubs are on the board.
Right. Yeah. Um. Let's see. So he checks through.
We have to bluff now.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sure, this is a good bluff.
And then ends up just checking through the whole way. So
Right.
should I have so I was well yeah, basically the question is would you have wanted me to start betting at some point?
Yes, you want to bluff here. You would most like to bluff the turn and then the river. That's going to be the most effective one because he may call one. But here's a thing to just keep in your head. Anytime you're in a pot, you can ignore for a second all the complications. We're heads up in a pot, even three-way, but let's go heads up. You're heads up in a pot that has gone check, 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 check. If you don't have showdown value, you should be
Yeah.
bluffing a lot.
Right.
And you don't
And
have
more than GTO, probably even.
Yeah. Yeah. If it's
Like,
gonna go yeah.
because
No,
like I mean today I've been looking into GTO a bit more once again, and then it's like you really probably wouldn't want to bet with a hand like this.
Why not?
Um,
Why not? This seems like
I would think it would want to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because he's gonna have a lot of ace high that's a blast on it.
Yeah.
But
It's
how
not gonna
much
call you off.
how much if you bet on the river? If everything go check until river.
What is
it
it?
matters whether
To
you
the
do the
flop.
turn. So let's run the two lines. Let's run the two lines. Go back, rewind.
All the way to the flop.
Yeah, rewind it. So you
You
opened
can just hit
three bet.
flop.
Yeah.
No, let's just see what happens. So you opened and he three bet you, right?
Yeah. I opened the three bet and I
Gotcha. And you
called.
called. Right. Now it goes check, check. Totally reasonable. He could be checking
Right.
raise. On the turn, he checks again.
So wait, real
Yeah.
quick. Against most players, would think that they're probably come out and bet a lot with all their overpairs.
Yes, but we do know that there are people who have that more and more we have people who are checking range.
Yes. Yeah, they're gonna check range more, but when he checks again on the turn,
That's
does
where
he have an overpair? No.
very rarely. He's giving up so much to our ace five suited. He's giving away so many free cards here. So
I mean, there's two clubs on the board. There's plenty of draws. Like
yeah,
he's
it's easy for us to hit all these undercards to his ace king, his ace queen, his queen king. All those things can happen. So we think he's betting. We think he's betting the turn.
oh,
He
when he
doesn't
doesn't
bet
bet the
the turn.
turn.
Right. So our best bluff line is we bet the turn, and I'm going to say the size anything from 7 to 14 on the turn, and personally I like the 14 on the turn, and then the river is going to be
Much does
let's see.
much does the ace X call? What we say. We say how much does ace X call? Ace X probably calls at least 10.
Yeah. So we want to
We'll get
go.
ace X to call.
Yeah.
Wow, like Queen Jack spades actually likes to start the bluff on the flop here when they check.
Okay.
It's because the
Okay.
board's gonna be so good for us. The flop.
Yes.
Yep. I'm okay with that too. But
Great.
if we're going to do it,
Okay.
if we do a two street bluff,
With
you're sizing the turn. You're not afraid when they call you on the turn. It isn't your mental state is not, oh God, they called a bet of 14 on the turn. They're never folding the river. It's go, oh good. I got 14 before they fold the river. This is
You just got value from your queen high.
yeah. You feel good about that. So your normal emotion when you bet 14 on the turn and they fold is phew. But the emotion you want to tell yourself is, oh darn, they folded. I was going to get him to fold on the river. I was going to make even more. That's the
Yeah,
confidence.
you want that turn call and then blast off. We know
That's
he doesn't have anything when he checks twice.
Right. So the river size, if we go 14 here, is going to be 28. There's going to be 49 in there. I think a nice bet of anywhere from 40 to 60. What do you guys think for the river?
How much should we bet on the turn again?
14.
14. So we
14 is
got
28. So we
20,
got
49 in the
49.
middle.
Yeah,
What are we
I
trying to
even
get
like
full?
a 36, 37 on the turn.
I mean, yeah, we thought he was
Um,
super capped the turn. So I wouldn't even go 14 on the flop and
Okay. So
turn.
you want
I
to
would have
go
gone smaller because we
really.
want ace X to call.
All right. So you bet 10.
So in theory, at least, when Queen Jack starts the bluff on the flop, it goes B25. It goes super small.
Right.
yeah,
And
it
then let's
goes
see.
like
See, it's continue. Do you have that up, Andy?
I have it
I
up as
do.
well. Like
Okay, let's see. Yep, Ryan, put it up.
let me put it up
Yeah, put it up for a
right
second.
here. So this is like this is what it would be on the flop. So the button, like Queen Jack. So I would want to go like for 5.2
Right.
or
Okay.
Jack. It actually doesn't hate my line that much with the
Right. No, you're
Jack
fine.
on the turn. Like the Queen Jack.
Yeah. And then we get to start blasting off on the turn when they call us.
Right. So look at that. So the turn is so the GTO turn on the check line is 12.6. So I was going 14. You were going 10. Both of those are. So we're happy with that.
It doesn't like going higher to like 21.
Right.
But that's not what you were suggesting, right? No.
Exactly. Yep. I like that.
I just like 10 because I think GTO is going to defend more aces in theory than they are at 14.
Exactly. So we go 12.
Well, the river was 6 of spades.
Yeah. And I want to continue the bluff on the 6 of spades.
Let me see. So let's say he calls 6 of spades.
He checks.
He checks.
Let's
and
go.
then we have the
Let's go.
yeah.
And the size
we
is
go like quite
40.
big.
Yeah. And it likes both. It likes both. I was saying something 40 in the 40 to 60 range, and you can see it does both.
Yeah.
It also does some small 30s, which is okay. Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, I like that. Now, Marcus, to answer but here's the different question. If you don't bet the turn, then I believe your river bluff, I believe needs to be bigger. So let's take that line.
12.6.
It actually wants like to go small. If I check the turn, it
It goes
wants
all
to
checked
be.
all the way. Okay.
You check the turn, I would just go pot. He's not calling you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not in love with this 12. I'm in love with the 21. I see why
Right.
GTO does it. I want to deviate from GTO here.
Right.
Why does
Is it
GTO
also
do this is the question.
Because GTO has all this value in it too that I don't. Because GTO is doing this with 7-6 suited. It's betting this
It's
size.
because it wants to have your same size.
Right. We don't
No.
need
Oh,
that shit.
yeah, we don't care about that.
Yeah.
Mm.
GTO is betting ace king suited for this size all the time. It's betting 7-6 suited for this size most of the time.
GTO wouldn't think in terms of I'm trying to get it to fold out ace high.
No.
It
GTO is trying. GTO is
like
playing.
'Just be
12.6?
Would you
balanced.
look?
Yeah, it's just
Ace
trying to be
Queen's
balanced.
response is almost always call.
Yeah.
I mean, like the 12.6 GTO would fold almost 50%.
And that's why I would say even
But
this is where it would
players
line up
might
is that
not.
if we went 12, I think we do get called by some ace.
Mhm. Yeah.
So I would just go bigger.
Right.
Mm,
But look at how often GTO gives up. This is the important thing. On the check line, look at how often GTO gives up with this hand at the end. Fucking never.
To the button, not. You're on the small blind right now.
Small blind, he checks. Okay, so we're on the river. Yeah. Click, go back one node to there.
to here?
It gives up
Let's
with
look at-
showdown value. That's it.
Yeah. What do we not bet? We don't bet ace queen and ace jack that can win, and we don't bet king queen very much because king queen can beat all the other kings.
Look
Below
at ace
that,
4 real quick.
everything bets.
Ace 4 takes what side? Yeah, that's going for value.
12.6 and 21, like a combination, yeah.
Yep. So that was the thing we wanted to find here. We wanted to find
Yeah.
the bluff on the turn of the river or even the flop. But that's fine.
Look, it decided that king queen has showdown value because it blocks ace king and ace.
Yeah. It decides the king queen has some showdown value, and even then it bluffs at some.
And then king
Well,
jack has
King
none
Jack and
because
King 10, pure
Yeah.
bluff. They just blast off.
yeah, because it doesn't block ace king and ace.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. 3-3 is a
Well,
bluff.
it does block ace king.
Well, 3-3 not never a bluff. But anyway, what's the 9-8 is a bluff? Okay. 9-8 is not winning at showdown.
Everything
has an
without
eight. It
showdown.
has
Yeah, and it is not winning at showdown, and it is not willing to lose.
No, 9-8's
but
value.
9-8 has top
Oh,
pair. What are you
I'm
talking
sorry, I
about?
didn't
Yeah.
see the 8. Where's the bluff?
Yeah, 9-8's value.
10,
9.
9,
9. I knew there was something that was total shit.
king 10, maybe even.
Yeah, but 10-9 is the real example of the one where it can't win at showdown.
Yes, 10-9.
Yeah. So when we look at this, king 10 and king jack assume they can't win at showdown and bluff. Ace king could win at showdown and is betting for value, by the way. Ace king is a value bet here.
Mhm.
So
Yep.
like
Yeah.
that.
No, I should have definitely
Yeah.
at some point found like
Mhm.
a way to get some more value from that.
I would just think about it like this. Like, yeah, they're sometimes they're gonna protect their
Okay.
checking range, but are they ever doing it? Are they checking twice
Yeah.
with an overpair? Like, absolutely not.
Yeah. And so Marcus, to answer your question, of sizes, if you're betting the turn and the river, Scotty's going 14 and 40. If you're betting just the river, GTO is going 12 on the river and a tiny bit of 21, and Scotty's going 21.
Let's see.
You can go whatever size you want.
No.
Let's see. Opened, big raise.
From the cutoff, you can also, I'm not, your call is just fine. From the cutoff, this doesn't seem like a bad 4-bet either.
Right.
Oh, I like.
This is fine.
What if
Yeah.
you jam him?
Oh, you mean if he jams? Call.
No, you jam him. he raised 13, right? You
And
just
so like kind of like
jamming.
what you would sometimes do with like kings. Like
Queens is a
put
pure
put
call in
in
GTO
like
land, though.
100.
But
Okay, let's see. Let me take a look at
You
that.
mean?
Let's take
Queens is a pure call on peak. But I don't hate a 4-bet here.
big blind goes. It's the big blind goes 13. Here we are in the cutoff. We have mix in GTO Wizard at 2.5. We mix raises to 27, a sliver of jam, and some calls.
I
It
think
does.
cool. I prefer cool. Like big blind free bets, like the fucking, especially
Yep.
against
Very
like
strong.
early position is the like lowest. Like people just don't free bet enough.
Yeah,
Like
Yep.
population do it
They're
like
gonna
5% of the
complete.
time.
Okay.
They're just
Their
going to
range
close the
should be
action and
stronger.
call.
Okay.
Yeah, their range should be stronger when it 3-bets.
Okay. Brian dislikes the 4-bet. I don't dislike the
That's why.
4-bet. I'm fine with a call.
I just like it because big blind happens to be a stronger range because they're gonna be out of position and they can just close the action. So
Queens is good against a stronger range.
it's true.
See.
Not
Yeah.
really bad flop.
He instantly bets half pot.
Call. Great.
Yeah,
Yes.
I like it.
Half pot again.
Oh, we
And
call.
I
Oh,
think
no.
I think this is where I
Yeah.
started.
Yeah. This.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
That.
Yeah, I hate that jam. I'll be honest.
This is just like I don't know.
Oh, we
I
call.
guess I was just like
You're letting Ace King off the hook.
Yep.
Yeah.
kind of and
Okay.
it's
Yeah, especially when he's already put that much of his stack in. He's never folding better,
On
and I don't think he's ever calling worse.
Yeah.
no yeah.
I mean, he
Might
could
call
call
jacks or
jacks or
tens,
tens. Yeah,
maybe. Yeah, with that much of his stack.
he's calling
But
jacks or tens, but
he's never calling ace king, ace queen, king queen. A lot of hands that you have absolutely crushed.
yeah. No, I mean, I think I realized that after I did it, and that's why I marked this one.
Good way to think
This
about it. If you,
this is something that I did earlier as well, right? Where I just like
yeah,
put my whole stack in when I really shouldn't have.
yeah. I mean, a good way. If you think about it here, like if you just call and
Yeah.
then across, I mean, rivers. Obviously, you don't want to see an ace or king on the river, but just about any other river, um, are you calling when he
Yeah.
jams?
Yeah, and I am. Yeah.
Yeah. So then we really don't need to put it in here.
Yeah.
he's gonna put it in with tens. He's gonna put it in with jacks. We have those crushed. He calls you.
Yeah.
I mean, let him
Yeah.
try and bluff. But I mean, that's the thing is he's just not gonna. He's not gonna fire off often enough. We get to target very specifically on the river when he gives up.
Yeah.
This is just we're just getting better, worse to fold and better to call.
See.
I mean, and then a lot of the obvious bluffs, his draws, his flush, shit like that is just he's never folding. Anyway, I guess that is the advantage if he did. Was there flush draws there?
The one thing I
I
do
guess
like about it
Oh.
is that when he does have jacks or tens and a king comes off in the river, you're not getting paid. But
there's some merit. The more I think about it, I like a call better.
Yeah. All
his
right.
sizing also said he's not strong.
Should I be betting here? Probably not. Cut off into big blind.
Would bet. Wait, what happened? Did you 3-bet him?
No.
Oh, it was cut off raise, big blind calls.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
oh, you dong here.
Let's see bet.
Oh,
And then now I'm gonna check the turn. Then, oh no, he comes out and leads. So when he leads, what is his range? Could be setting his
small
price,
size
no
is probably
draws.
draws.
Yep.
He's got a hand like king 10 of hearts. He picked up some sort of flush draw, or he's got like jack X of hearts.
So we can just call here, and then we can evaluate the river. What is
Decent
it?
sizing on the
Two.
river.
He checks.
Well, I think we have showdown. We just call.
and I end up
20.
yeah.
Yeah, I think we had showdown there.
I don't hate the bet on the river. Because I mean he can be doing that with Jack X of hearts. He could be doing that with sevens, eights, stuff like that. That's
It's
just
true.
that's gonna call and then okay, it didn't help him. I'm gonna donk and see where I'm at. There's a lot of stuff he can still have that's gonna fold to a big bet that we lose to at showdown. Like, yeah, we have showdown value. I don't hate a check back, but I think when he donks river like that or turn and then checks river, to me that screams a lot of like sixes, sevens, maybe eights,
What if he
or
has
Jack X of hearts, stuff
what
like
if he,
that. That
what if he has ace five of diamonds and we
That's
don't
true.
get off it?
Yeah, I mean, I want to go bigger if I'm gonna decide to turn this into a bluff.
1 point.
Probably gonna go to 30.
Okay.
Make him fold jacks. Make him fold everything.
I think 20 is efficient enough to fold out his Jack X. You know, we bet the flop, we called his donk on the turn, and now we're betting big. Um,
I mean, there's the
I don't know that.
heuristic that they're checking to check call, so let's like really apply pressure. I mean,
I think anything that folds to 20 or 30 is probably going to fold to 20. We're still,
Not 39 though.
1.6.
But
39, maybe more. I mean,
Yeah.
but what are we going? So we think he has flush draws, and then he has marginal showdown value whenever he donks the
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm
surprise.
giving him
So
something like
then
sixes, sevens, eights, and then some Jack X of hearts. Or
I think we need to go bigger than 20 to get Jack X.
And we know we probably need to go bigger than 20 to get a queen to fold. We don't think he has a lot of queen by the line that it happened. I don't even think he has a lot of jack in that line. It's a weird line for jacks. I think he has ace five of diamonds.
Right.
makes
So
sense too.
that would have been like if he had something so like some low pair.
Yeah.
But so you were saying that like 20 might have been a bit too big?
No, not too big.
Oh,
They just everybody loves
Enough is what Brian's saying.
everybody loves
right.
20. Brian wants to go even bigger.
To get like a jack to fold. Okay.
Yeah, if I'm
But
turning
nope.
it into a bluff here, and I think I need to get Jack to fold out, I think I'm gonna go bigger than 20.
Right. But nobody
Right.
thinks 20 is too big.
Right. Okay.
And if
But-
GTO thinks 22 is big, 20 is too big, GTO is wrong against your player pool.
Right.
I've played these people.
What is GTO now?
But
Yeah.
20, if he got any Jack X, he won't call.
That's what my
Jack X
thing
is.
is.
That's the question.
I don't think Jack X is calling to 20.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah,
that's 1.6.
Well, let's add a little bit more sauce to it and make sure it doesn't call.
Yeah.
If that's what we're deciding to do.
But here's the important thing. Andy, your point is clear, and Brian, your point is clear. That's what's important.
Yep.
Right. And I mean,
I
I'm blocking like this flush didn't get there, and I'm blocking like the two falls for the straights.
Yep.
That's possible.
Excellent. Even better. You don't
Different
need to block
calibration.
first, but it's even better that you block ace four. That's nice.
All right.
That's just extra. That's just the cherry on top.
Let's see.
Yes.
Ooh,
And
that's
Bub points out the other cherry. The cherry is that you block the nut straight, which is great.
Yeah.
You
And I'm
unseat-
not blocking the flush, right?
You don't
Yeah.
block-
You
I'm
don't
blocking
you need
flushes, yeah.
yeah. You
But
almost
even if
never
you blocked
wanna
one of the flushes, I would still think that's a good bet because you're blocking it with a four, and a four is not a relevant blocker of the suit. But it's even
Right.
better that you don't. You just
Yeah.
you have a Sunday with cherry and nuts.
Yeah. All right. So here I kind of went frisky, right?
Yes, you did.
I think
Yeah.
this is kind of
Yes, you
frisky.
did.
And I
Stay
do
frisky. If we're gonna start frisky, let's stay frisky.
I think I thought something like, hey,
Okay,
I'm representing a good hand, so I flop an ace, so let's keep on betting.
Okay, and now change your okay.
And now
I
I
don't
actually
like the flop.
Yeah, I wouldn't have bet the flop, but that's okay.
I would bet small.
But you
and
did.
then I'm
Holy
like,
shit.
What?
I'm not sure exactly what I was doing, what I was thinking here, but I'm like, I have some, I have a flush draw, turn it into a
I'm going to defend this. I'm going to defend this play. I don't think it's the best play, but I'm going to defend it. In the old days, back when I learned to play poker, when we
My
had a
hands right now, because that was punty.
when we had a pair and a flush draw, we bet that because we had a lot of outs. This is before you people and your solvers. So with that
Why
in
are you
mind,
an
Didn't
Irish
use
guy?
computers yet,
I
Scotty.
used to be
In your
Irish.
day.
We didn't have computers. We had abacuses. But so that's going to be the defense of it. It is not your best play.
Yeah,
Your better
no.
play
I don't know why exactly I decided to do this.
you want to
Um,
win the hand.
I mean I was sitting at like 3.5 times the buy-in.
In my day,
So I was
start Irish.
I was
Aggressive
running
play.
hot or something. So I don't know.
Scotty, just one
So
question here. It's a force pair on the turn. Can we actually defend it sometime? Not defend, just bet it sometimes.
Yeah,
Because I feel like it's not horrible to bet it big, like a bluff.
right.
But
Except, don't you think you're really betting into an ace right now? Don't you really feel like this man has an ace?
yeah, okay. So I don't like the flop bet. I would like a big bet on the turn, actually, with this hand, because we could follow 9x or yeah, you can follow 9x, 8x, 7x, pocket
But you can do that. But
sevens,
you can do. But you.
pocket sixes. Mm.
But you can do that on the river after seeing what he does on the river. If you go check and he bets into you on the river and you have not improved, you were probably against a hand that not only has you beat, but that wasn't folding.
Yeah.
So
And what's
you actually can get it.
use pre-flop? He used a 2.5, right?
Yeah.
The villain?
So what I would do on the flop is just bet smaller because
2.2.
Okay. But let's finish this line first. So he goes 2.2, we raise. Okay.
we threw it because
On the flop, we decide to represent the ace with our 5 at 12 and get called.
because I mean like he if he had like ace king or like the aces with the ice kickers,
Yeah.
he would probably re-raise them, right?
Probably.
Is he ever folding like ace jack?
No. This is blind versus blind. You're getting it all. He's not folding ace jack here.
So when he continues
He-
this
he-
large
he-
bet on the ace high board, what is his range?
I mean, he will fold pocket
Right.
sixes, I guess,
Right.
pocket
But let's see what
sevens, pocket
happens.
eights.
Let's see what happens here. So we get the club, we check and jam, and
So
he
I mean he checks,
right,
and I decided to put them all in.
and he folds.
Yeah.
I don't think he had an ace. I was wrong. I think he calls that with an ace. Do I think your 5 was ahead? Probably not. Now let's look
No.
at the line, but let's look at the line one other way. So this worked. Now let's
Yeah,
play.
but I could have like you mean to say that I could have just like checked, checked back, saw the river,
And
like
but more important than seeing the river, seeing what he does on
Yeah.
the river.
right,
He
yeah,
bets pot. Your bluff was not going. It was one of the hands that your bluff on the turn wasn't going to work. He checks. You can now bluff him on the river with more confidence than you bluffed him on the turn.
right.
Think.
I mean something that I relearned like today when and like was like practicing some more with like big GTO is it's like a lot more like it feels very weak if you like bet the flop representing like an ace or a king when there's an ace or a king on the board. and to then check the turn, which is kind of like the mindset I had when I was playing this as well.
Yep.
But he um like at least GTO wise, it's a lot more viable to do that than it feels
Yeah.
to blast the flop with a big bet, and then to just check the turn, even if you could still easily have a hand, even if you do still have a hand, right, because you're like kind of protecting your checking range as well.
Yep. So yeah, that's actually true. When you take when the line that I would have put you in is bet check bet. Bet check bet is not only one of the more bluffed lines, it's also by our opponents perceived as one of the more bluffed lines. So that's a good argument for not doing it. My argument for doing it is this though. You bet 2x pot. So you were willing to make a 2x pot bet on the turn. Even people who don't like bet check bet lines don't like calling 2x pot with an underpair. A 9. It's not fun to call, even though it's bet check bet, it's not fun to call 2x pot. So you're willing to put this much money in.
Yeah.
And I'm just saying, if you're willing to stick your neck out this far, I'm just giving you a turtleneck sweater to wear with your neck. Now, what's the line? What are the other lines we like a lot? The check on flop line makes the bet, then I like a bet on the turn a lot.
Right.
If he bets, so
Yeah.
in this particular configuration, if you check flop and he bets the turn, you can call him so easily. If he doesn't bet the turn, your bluff is so much more confident than this one was. And it doesn't have to be 80. You don't
Yeah,
even have
it's
to,
way more efficient.
Right.
yeah. So those
Yeah.
are those are the different lines.
So you don't think betting small on the flop is another line? Because I personally just bet small on the
Okay,
flop.
so run the whole line, Bub. I'm going to be your opponent. You tell me what your bets are, and I'm going to tell you what he does. So let's just run
Okay.
it. Let's run it out.
Yeah, that's a good idea. So I would bet like 6 on the flop.
Okay, I call.
And
So the
pot
pot
is
is
what
now 12.
now?
The pot's now
30. The pot will be 30.
30. Okay.
Yeah, 12
30. Yeah, it's 30. Yeah, 30.
yeah.
Pot's 30. Okay.
And here's 85.
Yeah.
Okay. Pot is 30. And here would go like 25.
Okay. Go 25. I am going to fold. Okay.
Yeah,
Now, what if I
and
call? I am going to fold with my particular hand, but I'm going to now call you instead. Okay. So I call
okay,
you.
and river's a blank, I
River's blank.
assume.
Yeah.
I mean,
River's a 5, a 7, or River's a 5, a 7, or a club, and you're going to just jam, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And on a
Good.
blank, I would just check. So
Right.
there's nothing I would do
Okay.
on the river anymore. But I would turn my force pair into bluff here in this line because it feels more. It feels better to do it when we bet small on the flop.
Okay.
Does it
And
make
I am going to
sense?
check. Yeah, I'm going to check back the flop on the turn. If he checks, I'm going to bet, and I'm going to bluff the river. Yeah.
And what sizing would you use on the flop on the turn? It's like pot size.
On the turn, I'm going to bet something like what he bet on the flop, something between 12 and 18.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and same goal, like
Yeah.
folding out pocket eights, pocket 7.
Yeah, and I'm
All
going
this.
to bet the river.
Yeah. Hmm.
And if I get check raised on the turn, which I'm never getting, I'm calling.
So many branches, and I don't know.
Yeah.
It's so
Well,
interesting.
Yeah, but I think here's another way of, so we've people have thrown out all kinds of different lines. They all make sense. here's, I think, an overarching way to think about it. And if anybody disagrees with this, I definitely want to hear the disagreement. I think that this hand, for value and for bluff, however you want it, however it comes out, is a 2-street, not a 3-street hand.
Yeah, I
You're
agree.
not deep enough for it to be 3 streets.
Right.
Yeah, I mean this guy isn't. Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
how you want to arrange those 2 out of 3 streets.
When
Yeah.
you do this though, it's kind of spazzy is the problem, and we're not really doing this with a lot of information here. Like when we go
Right.
big and then just jam the turn, it's like
A lot of hope.
when he has an ace,
Mm,
he's probably calling off a decent amount of the time.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. One question. When this is a 2-street hand, what hands are we also going for 2 streets here every time?
Ace 10.
Ace 10, I would do 2 streets differently, but yeah, ace 10.
Yeah, but but it's a 2-street hand. Ace 10 is a
Yeah.
2-street hand. Ace Jack, maybe. Ace 10 and
Right.
ace
Yeah,
jack.
yeah.
I mean, maybe
I
some
guess
like
it's hard.
double
They are hard to
draws,
find, I guess.
like
Yeah.
Jack 10 of clubs or something.
Oh, other bluffs. Oh, other bluffs
Or,
for 2-street hands?
or
Oh, sure. I was
Yeah.
looking on the value side.
value side. Okay. Right.
Yeah,
8-7 of clubs.
sure.
Just
Six
like
of
combinations.
clubs.
Yeah.
10 of clubs.
6-7 of diamonds.
The funny thing, excuse me, your 5, when in any of these lines, your 5 is only showdown value when this goes check, 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 check. When you just
Right.
check it all the way down. Anytime you bet and you get called, your 5 is no longer showdown. It's just more outs
Mhm.
because a 5 is now good and a 7 is now good for two pair
Yeah.
and trips. That's what the 5 is. The 5 makes this a combo draw.
Mm.
That.
Yeah, so the 5 is the same as 6-7 of clubs and 7-8 of clubs.
Last question. We never have pocket 5s here, right? We wouldn't 3-bet.
No,
Yeah.
not really.
Okay.
Would.
Yeah, that's good. Okay.
I would 3-bet him,
We
but
also never
Well,
have
I-
5-7 suited here, but here we are.
No,
Right.
7-5 suited. 7-5 suited is a perfectly good mistake.
Yes. Yeah, it's also the same. Suited connectors.
Thing is, if
Like,
we're
one gammers,
three-betting
why
5-7
not?
suited,
7-7-6 or 5-6
Yeah, those do it.
would have, right?
0.3% in GTO Wizard. That's not zero. 0.3%.
that's a large portion of the time.
Yeah.
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 So
I'm
what
thinking, when
you're
I'm at
saying
the
is
table
if-
and somebody opens in the small blind, I'm like, well, 0.3% of the time I'm supposed to 3-bet here, so I'm going to 3-bet.
Right. But I assume the reason you found this behind, I assume the way you found this is that you knew that 5-6 was a 3-bet often and 6-7 was a 3-bet often. So what the fuck? Why not 7-5? Right?
I
I like
think
this-
so, yeah.
Hold on. Yeah.
3-bet, I would look at it like this.
Wait, no,
3-bet
hold on,
this
Brian.
more
Wait.
when deeper.
Yeah. Hold on for a second. Though. Ryan, what was your reason? I just want to see. What was your reason?
I honestly don't remember, but
Okay.
it must have been just me being a little bit frisky. Just
Okay. All right. Brian, you were saying.
With 3, like one thing I'm working on right now is that I think I 3-bet suited connected type of hands too often when there's too many short stacks. And yeah, 100 big blinds is technically not short, but you do not have the maneuverability in a 3-bet pot that you do in a 200 big blind pot with these hands. Like this is much easier to play when you can run this across 3 streets and there's enough stack to go after. And
Right.
the hand plays better deeper in general. So it's like I would want to run this a lot more
Yeah.
with I would like Queen 10 offsuit. I would love to bet here more than I would like to do a 5 suited hand.
Yeah.
Would think.
Yeah. Because the Queen 10 offsuit 3-bets that's 2.7% of the time. Much more.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like
more.
exactly. Come on.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, but I'm saying I wouldn't. I'm not
Nine
going to say that I'm going to be dying to 3-bet Queen 10 offsuit. But I'm saying if I had to go in between the two, I'm going to choose Queen 10 over the 7-5 suited just because of the maneuver. I'm not going to have maneuverability post flop, and Queen 10 will play better than 7-5.
No, Brian and I both agree 5-3 suited is pure
Well,
3-bet.
yeah, that's the freaking nuts. So you have to do it.
That's not good. That's not good.
that's just
All right,
Unless
aces.
you're tilted and pissed off at a guy, don't 3-bet 5-3 suited.
And by the way,
It,
and here's my opinion on that. My real opinion is, let me steal the screen just for a second, and then I'll give it
Okay.
right back. Okay, here we
And
go.
then yeah, then,
Um,
like if I'm hogging like the mic for too
no,
long,
no, no,
just let
not at
me
all.
know as well.
No,
But
absolutely. Okay, so
you're good.
you're against a guy who you want to expand against, right? I think instead of expanding into 7-5 and 6-4 and 8-6, just do 5-4, 6-5, 7-6 100% of the time.
oh right, yeah. I mean, I think I've heard you give this speech before as well.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's
Yeah, he's always giving speeches.
I am. That's
uh,
my first thing. Fill in,
but
fill in the blanks before you move out, before you draw outside of the lines. Is
yeah,
my
no.
speech. All right,
What
back to you.
he's thinking with the 7-5 is that because the guy opened a 2.2, he's not really a studied player and knows that when it's blind versus blind, you're supposed to open the small blind larger. So when he saw the 2.2, he said, "Well, this guy doesn't really know what he's doing, so I'm just going to blast off and I'm going to exploit the shit out of him."
Okay, that's fair.
Worked.
Again, I think that there's so much to be gained in filling in all these first. And remember, there's an exploit. I just saw the flop in position with a suited gapper for fucking cheap. That's an exploit.
Yeah.
So, okay, we got aces.
Right.
Sometimes exploits aren't aggressive.
Yes.
I'm working on it.
Let's see.
I tell myself frequently
Aces.
disrespectful fold.
Oh right, yeah. Weird guy like 30 foot like look small stack. Called me from the hijack. So yeah, make a small bet, small continue, and this is like the thing I was talking about, like wanting to continue betting on the turn with good hands. He raises.
Oh,
I decide to put him all in again. Probably just shouldn't have.
Oh no,
it's fine.
fine.
And then
If you
and
were
be, and
200 deep, maybe.
yeah, no, like because he had like
Yeah.
only 30, 33 big blinds or something.
You did
Yeah,
nothing.
but he's gonna do this. Yeah, he's gonna do this with way more than just top two. Like he's gonna have plenty of other hands.
Queen is good. This is going to happen too. You're fine.
Sometimes you run into it. It is what it is. I called off with second pair yesterday because the guy had nothing.
Yeah.
So, and he
The short
actually was
stackers
ahead.
at the small
Yeah.
stakes.
Yeah, he was a short stacker with like $60. I 3-bet him. He called and then he just jammed the flop. I had second pair.
Oh yeah.
And
I
then,
mean,
he's gonna do that with. He could do that with bottom pair. He could do that with worse second pairs. He can do that with any pocket pair. They're just gonna jam with
He can
bullshit.
do
A
that
lot
with
of
any draw. He can.
yeah,
Do that with any hand, hoping that you're by putting you on ace king.
yeah. Like he can just pray that I have nothing, and I'm just gonna
Yeah.
stick my
Yeah.
money in, and he's gonna fold.
so
Or call him with
like
ace high. To be honest with you.
Yeah.
so like I should have. You guys don't think that I just should have
No.
folded at any point?
No.
Nope.
Okay.
No, you're
We're
doing
never
fine.
folding there.
Deeper, yes.
Sometimes.
Well,
Deeper,
Yeah.
you have to think. Yeah, he's 100
right.
big. You have to think about it. You don't have to think.
Deeper. I'm probably calling this small raise though, right? Let's say
Right.
you had 100
Yeah,
big blinds
so
behind.
one thing we need to remember, the players who play short stacks are not good players,
Yeah, no,
which
definitely.
means they're going to make stupid mistakes like float with king high and then they spike their king 10 and get froggy with it and want to put all the money in. Like he's doing this. A short stacker, bad player, fishy is doing.
Top pros having fun at 50 NL, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
All
So
right.
if you're, I mean, if you go back to before you've bet the flop, so you opened and he called, right? That's the opening.
Yeah.
Open called. All right. He's got 30 big blinds left. Let me see the flop just for a second here. Okay.
And like I bet a quarter.
Yeah. He calls. Yeah. At this point in your mind, nothing matters. You're committed based on the SPR, no matter what comes out with your hand.
Right.
Not with every hand, but with your hand.
Right, with aces, yeah.
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 Yep. Yeah. So the order in which it happens, you could check here and do it. You could bet, but yeah, he's telling you he loves his hand. But the fact is, at 30 big
At this
blinds,
point,
he loves a king. At 30 big blinds, he loves Jack 10
yeah.
at this point.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
And he's in position to a tiny bet. He's going to float all kinds of crap. And he might, with a 0-3 bet, granted, he doesn't have many hands, he might be the kind of player who flats ace king there. And then, oh, I hit the king.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, okay.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
The value of your hand
Some of
goes
the
up
flops you say,
significantly
fuck you,
when
short
shallow.
stack.
About to sell.
Yeah. I
Goes up
mean,
significantly when shallow. When you're deep, your hand does not look great if he starts piling 200 big blinds in there.
Exactly.
right. I mean, there's definitely been some short stacks that have been very annoying, like this
Sucks. It's the worst.
just
Those are the worst.
calling like in positions they shouldn't be calling with like almost nothing behind.
Yeah, I mean, but they're shit players, so it's good for you. It's
Yeah,
the way
but
you
then
need to
They're
look at
playing
it.
baby stack. I call it baby stack bingo.
Yeah, like they don't know
Right.
what the hell they're doing, and it pisses you off when they get some bullshit hand and get you. But also, those guys are playing short stack for a reason because they get stacked over and over and
Yeah.
over and over again, and just keep buying in short, and you're just gonna stack them off over and over and over again.
For every time you double one of them up, you're stacking them 5 or 6.
Yeah, that's
Like,
it. I've
I
never
would
seen a
gladly
short
pay the short
stacker.
stack tax.
Yeah.
I play live all the time. I've probably seen one guy do this short stack shit and actually build up a stack and not lose everything. Like probably like 1 or 2 times. Almost every other time, it's just keeps on buying in for 100, keeps on getting stacked, and just stacking up everybody else at the table, and we all get to play deep stack poker, and they sit there and try to play bingo.
Right. And one other thing about your aces there, which is, had this been deeper, and you would have heard the speech from us about, oh, they always have it when they do the raise there, right? And then somebody would have said, yes, but you only have to be right a third of the time, and is it more than a third or less than a third? All that would have happened. But here, just picture all the times that you've seen at the table somebody throw in 30 big blinds with fucking nothing. You've seen it a ton. This just wasn't one of those times.
Right.
All right. Ace 4.
We're here in chat trying to justify playing on a short stack.
That's because Larry buys in
it's a
for 60
viable
bucks.
strategy. And if you are just blindly saying they're all idiots, then you might just run into it.
Yes.
Small stakes, they're all idiots.
It's small stakes. They're all idiots.
Right.
Yes.
There absolutely is an advantage strategy. There is a mathematical advantage to being a short stack at the table. There's a strategy that takes advantage of that, and we have not yet found anyone playing it.
But yeah, I mean, that also means that as soon as you increase your stack, you probably have to leave the table to get your stack down to the minimum and stuff,
or you
right?
then change to a different strategy.
Yeah, I mean, people play short stack and then they switch to, what would you say, a more conventional strat when they get to 80 or 100 big blinds. There's a clear winning strategy at 40 gigs. I'm sorry, 40 bigs.
There is.
But it's true, you don't see it as often as these stakes. But the biggest exploit about it is that no one knows how to play against it.
I mean, if I was playing against somebody that I played a lot with and they're always buying in short stack, but they are a solid player. I mean, you could tell when they're a solid player.
Yeah.
Generally. So it's like in that situation, be like, okay, this guy's not an idiot. He just buys in short because he's good at this strategy. But it's like when they come in, buy in short, and then raise 25% of their stack. Like this guy's not a good player.
Yep.
Buys in for 40 big blinds and then cold calls a 3-bet with $30 behind. You're like, dude, this guy sucks.
Yeah, I mean, the point is that at these stakes, the majority of short stackers are not going to be good, but there is a viable strategy.
Yes. And the reason that we don't study it and that we don't learn it is that while it is a mathematical advantage at equilibrium over these deeper stack strategies, it's not as profitable as the exploitative strategies that we are able to play deeper stacked.
Grant, when you see the OMC sit down with 100 big blinds and he's V-pipping at 5%. Yeah, when he raises me in that spot, I'm gonna, straight to the muck quick. But
Yeah.
most of these short stack swimmers, until they show me they're a capable player, I'm just going to assume they polished their helmet right before they walked into the card room.
Yeah. Right. Ace 4 off. Be happy.
Yes.
Be happy.
Bottom
Ace.
Thought that was
versus big
funny.
blind.
Did you I'm not saying you should have done it. Did you know that Ace 4 offsuit has a fair amount of 3-betting against the button? That it's one of those weird ones at the bottom. Let me just show it to you just so you know it. Not saying you need to do it. It's not 100%. I don't think it's 100%,
Yeah.
but it is
I
there.
mean, is offsuits? I mean, I know like it switches between ace 4 and ace 5 in different spots and stuff, and I keep getting them confused.
Right. So let's just show it and then we go on. He was a 2.5 open or a 3? What was this open size?
2.5.
2.5. Just showing it to you once.
Right.
That's it.
Oh, right.
It's in there.
Yeah. So they
not the
both have
majority.
that up.
It ain't no Ace 4 suited, but just so you know that it exists. All right. You didn't take it, and most of the time you shouldn't take it. There we go. All right. Back to it.
Anyway, let's see why I marked this one. So
Check raise this fucker.
Is that a double belly buster?
Is a double belly
What?
buster with a.
Check
I'm
raise him.
check raising huge.
Check raise him.
I'm check raising this fucker to like 12 bigs.
Check raise.
It's a
What-
double
what
belly
are
buster.
you-
You have to.
It's a
What are
double
you
belly
guys
bust
talking
with an
about?
over and a
It's
backdoor.
continuation. That's 100%. Granted, we don't have much sample size, but hell yeah,
Right.
I'm check raising this massive.
He misses this
Okay.
flop all the time. We hit this flop. We have these cards. He doesn't. We're going to get there. And if we don't get there, then he's going to fold before then. Let's check raise. All right.
Right.
You check call.
Okay.
It's okay to check call.
I guess there's quite a few. I mean, I have a continuation bet of 100 as well. Quite a
Yeah.
few people at this table with high
Small sample
continuation
sizes.
bets.
All right.
That's true. It is also a little bit hidden on GG Poker, and you're not allowed to use HUDs, right? So,
So just one thing here. When looking at this now, do you see why this is a good check raise? Not saying you have to take this check raise every time, but all of us jump and say
I mean,
check raise.
I mean, maybe like have some draws, right? And I mean, and you have the fact that he might be check raising too much, in which case he's likely to just fold a big portion of his range.
Might be interesting to put this in the solver and kind of
Oh, look at it.
show where our check raises come and why they come from.
Yep. Okay. So
I
go on.
mean,
I'll put this in the solve. This was a 2.5 big blind open. Yes, it was. Okay, good. Here we go.
Button versus the big blind. Let
Okay.
me see, that's 3-5-7.
Oh, you'll do it for us. Okay, great.
Yeah, I've got 3-5-7. So yeah, peak always wants to like check.
Yes.
The first thing is we're checking this a lot in position because we know this is a heavy check raise
Yes.
board. So
But
Where's our ace
We
four?
still look-
Where'd our ace four go?
We don't have these 4 in peak. We'd have to look at it in
all right.
Wiz.
Screw peak. I'm doing
Well,
I
hold
mean,
on.
it is there actually. It is very small.
We could look at ace
Yeah,
4
we have
diamonds.
a ton of ace.
Ace 4 suited diamonds is
No, but look at this. We were looking at the wrong node. Anyway. Okay.
No, it is very, very
Okay.
small.
Okay.
It is a very small
Continue.
percentage that it actually wants to call the ace 4. Like it's like 0.01% or something. So yeah, we could look it into GTO wizard.
I'm going
if
to
you
show.
I
want.
mean, when I see
Sorry.
this set up and
I'll
he
show
check and he see bets small like that, I'm letting the timer run down a little just to Hollywood. As soon as he bets, I'm thinking check raise.
Okay,
Here we go.
Big.
interesting.
Here we go. Let's.
And
Like there's
and
no
may-
other thought. We're gonna exploit. He's gonna overfold. He's gonna fold almost every time to almost everything.
Okay. So here's the first
Right.
part of it. This is GTO Wizard versus Peak. GTO Wizard has lots of leading on this board.
Yeah.
Peak has
No,
six.
no. Peak in this case is very different, and it also
Yeah.
It also doesn't like to check raise much in these spots either.
Yeah. So Peak has done the simplification of taking out almost all of the donk boards. And so these are here. This is a good donk board.
Not almost, like
seven.
actually all of them.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
almost all, but
Yeah.
all of them.
Right. 4, 5, 7, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 6. All those are all donkable boards. All right. So when we take, and already we can donk the ace 4. When we take the check line and he bets 1.8, our ace 4, and note which ace 4 it is. Ace 4 with the ace of spades.
Yes, ace of spades.
Mostly
Yeah.
that's here we go. Ace 4 with the ace of spades, mostly check raises. The call is not wrong. That is not a 33% one is not wrong, but this is what we all jumped on. We just
Right.
So let's go.
Yeah,
let's
the
play
ace of spades, 4 of diamonds.
Yeah.
Ryan, I would go look at your check raise frequencies in your tracker software. Try to get above 10%.
Yeah.
I mean, it is viewed as heavy value by a majority of the population.
Or I think.
And you can. Yeah, you just want to find wider check raises. It's good for your game.
Right. And the thing about the check raise strat is it does a lot more for you than just what it does on this hand. It makes you unpleasant all the time. Every time you check raise the flop, later in the game, they have to think about their c-bet.
You really want to be the player at the table. You're live online, where everybody says, "I hate being in a hand with him."
Yeah. And I work on that by just saying I hate being in a room with him. So I have that part down. All right, here we go.
I mean, do you know where I can find that stat in Poker Tracker 4?
I use Hold'em Manager.
Actually, click right up. Click options in the top on the top right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Click options. Show hero lifetime stats.
Oh, okay.
Boom. There we go.
Oh, now we have like 2.2k hands. Okay.
So it doesn't show you, but
click on the whole thing.
So click your expand out to your not that one. Just click anywhere inside the box.
Right.
Just click it. Anywhere.
Oh.
There we go.
There you go. Now go to flop.
Flop, yeah. See that
up
flop?
on the tabs up top. Click on. Right there.
Oh.
Yep. Flop. There it is. Yep. You got it.
Flop. Bets and raises.
Raise.
Check raise 6% lifetime.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's do twice.
Where is it?
Yeah, you want to try to double that. Find the check raises.
Yeah.
Behind the check raise semi bluffs like this one.
6 for 4 out of 60. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Let's do more of those.
Yeah. Just find them. Just find the check raises.
Yeah.
And
no, I mean it's definitely something that I think I probably bet to I'm more likely to actually just bet when I get the chance instead of check, hoping to then raise them.
Okay.
Which is definitely something I need to work on. Yeah.
So if you want to find bluffs,
go on. You were saying, Bob.
Okay, sorry. So if you want to find bluffs on this board, you could think about any 4, any 6 when you have any spade.
Right.
So these are already great check raises. There's nothing you can do wrong with these.
So I did check, or no, yeah, I did check, and then
5-4 is a beautiful check raise.
Yeah.
And these are just the easiest one, right? Any 4, any 6 with a spade, and then you could also go like 8, 9.
Yeah,
that is cool. And but I'm just saying, if you want to go really safe, go with any 4, any 6 that has any spade.
Especially against a player that c-bets 100%. We only have 38 hands, but c-betting 100% takes a small size. You can get really out of line with your check raise if you have enough stack.
All right, so you check call.
All right. Anyway, so I get the 2. So I get
Mhm.
the straight.
Yay,
I decide to check.
good.
And that is also not good.
I like
Is
this
it?
check.
Oh no, wait.
But he checks back. So
Right, unfortunately,
I was definitely like I think I was just hoping for him to continue betting.
yeah. My opinion here is that this guy has now shown that he was c betting Jack 10 off, some nonsense like that. He has nothing right now. And
Right.
Oh,
it's going to make it hard for you to get paid because if he has anything, he's not giving a free card to the spade, diamond.
Yeah.
But I like your check, and it's just unfortunate that he doesn't have it. Brian wants to donk. There. Okay.
I changed my
The
mind
dog here.
actually. I
I
changed my
changed my
mind about
mind as
donking.
well. I think on the
Donking, not good.
Yeah, I don't
on the
like.
9, donking might be better than this
But
one here.
donking's not good because you don't get the information you get when you check here. When you donk here, he's gonna have so much bullshit that just folds out, but you get to target that shit on the river.
Right. Whereas now
So
we
you
know what
can,
size we can go on the river.
yes, versus if he bet C bet very large, like if he C bet large and you just called, which would be reasonable to just call, and then you hit, I would love a donk because you would assume his range is a lot stronger there that's
Yeah.
not folding, but isn't gonna bet when a four liner gets there.
Yeah.
Or not four liner, but yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
what
he's
is
not
it?
afraid of the deuce. He has
And
nothing.
then
Yeah,
and then
exactly.
I'm trying to check raise again, hoping for him to
Right.
That actually worked out well.
Wow,
Oh boy, that's
Oh my.
what is he
that's
calling with?
spicy.
I love your check raise, but what are you in
What
your
are we
mind?
targeting?
What hand do you think he has that's going to call you? And by the way, it's not your
Right.
job to know that. It's his job. It's his job to call you or not call you. But still, what did you think was going to call this?
Yeah,
9-6 my call.
yeah, but then I beat. So
Kidding.
Uh,
I mean,
Um,
uh, do you think that I should be like betting, like raising him?
I like the
yeah,
raise. I think you should raise
You
him.
yeah.
like the raise, okay?
If you're
Just
not gonna
not
lead,
the size.
if you're not gonna lead, then definitely raise. But the size is a little interesting. I'm
Yeah.
trying to figure out what he checks back on the turn that can now call a monster in the river that doesn't have to be beat.
Yeah.
Maybe like
So
8-7.
what do you
8-7 is
like
the best hand.
as a raise size, like 30 or something?
Yeah. 30,
I like a lead on
30,
the
50.
river,
No, the
but if
lead
I
we're
like
on
the
the
gonna go
lead
river.
for
as
a
well.
check raise,
The check
I
raise is
like to
nice
like.
too, though. The check raise is nice too if you think that he's gonna have like you look super weak. You can force him into one of the most overbluff spots of bet check where he's gonna lead, and when you lead, he's just not. If he has nothing, he's just,
Yeah.
I think he's super weak, so I don't mind a check actually.
Yeah. I'm going to try to get called by one pair hands,
um,
an 8 at best. And
no,
that
actually,
is,
okay, sorry.
oh, sorry. I'm going to try to get called by one pair hands, and I don't need to define which one pair they are. I think mostly they're 8s. Because I think a 7
Or
might
do we
even.
have any spaz bait check raise size, like check raise to like 21,
Ooh,
and
no.
maybe he's gonna
No,
call wider and might spaz.
I don't want him to spaz. We have the
Watch when he
lowest rate
spazzes. How
possible.
much do you love that? I was about
Yeah,
to
you don't
say.
love
True.
Right.
love it.
Because then he might actually have the 6-9.
I like
True.
25 to 30 total. I like betting
Right.
25 to 30.
I'd be less
It's
worried about
very
6-9. I
small
think
check raise.
6-4.
It's a very small. I know it's a very small check raise. All right, let's see.
Um,
I mean,
So
if he's in the 6-9 line, if he bets it on the flop, he's probably gonna continue bluffing it on the
Yeah,
turn.
probably. Yeah, but okay. So let's
you
see
know,
what best
Bub
cat.
actually makes a good point with his bet sizing that when
and
he goes big like this, that he is polar now and he likes his
he
hand.
actually he actually ended up calling that with an 8.
And you're a
Yeah, no,
fucking.
Even Queen 8. So I was thinking like, okay, somehow maybe something gets here with pocket tens. I don't know, but he loves his hand, right?
yeah, you do make a good point
Yeah.
that he's polar and
He does somehow in like bet like in pot. Right. No, I mean if I was the best player, I would still be up.
No, this was great because I was specifically, this was the hand I wanted to get called by. exactly queen eight offsuit, exactly the queen eight of, I'm waiting for you to push the button.
So you were thinking that's exactly what he was holding.
I wanted to get called the queen of clubs, eight of spades. That's the exact hand I put him on. And I thought that was 25 to 30. And
But
you
see, the
got
problem is I was thinking Jack 8, so that's why I said smaller, not Queen 8.
right, exactly.
Mm.
Yeah, but this is the type of hand you're aiming at. And I thought that this hand was folding, and I was just wrong. So this
Well,
is
we missed the most important thing is he went pot on the river. He has bullshit and he has decent hands. So
right,
Bub's right.
but that was I gave him. I mean, I said when Bub says he loves his hand, I don't think loves his hand, but he certainly likes his hand. And I said, yeah, he likes an eight. That's what his hand is. He has an eight.
And like I was definitely telling the story that my hand was absolute shit.
Yeah,
But
you did tell a good story. No, I actually
Yeah,
maybe I
great.
still don't know if I would have gone to that size if I was thinking about it properly, but it got called,
yeah,
so it was the right size.
right. Yeah.
There's
I
no
mean,
story in
looking
it.
back
It was an excellent play.
right.
Yeah, great.
But don't you also see that quite often in your games? If someone is betting big, he's not folding. You can,
It depends though, like
yeah,
on the
I
absolute
guess.
size. Yeah.
But for
I,
yeah,
I
the
I
five
guess you
X,
mean like people who like, oh, I already put so much in at this point, I might
I'm
as
never
well.
folding exactly.
Yeah, I
yeah,
mean,
but
I definitely have that a little bit as well. That sometimes I just call down hands that I kind of know that I shouldn't, but
I thought
it's
2.5x pot was enough to get over his well, I already put in 9. But I was
President
wrong.
of the FCC.
I was
I think
wrong.
it's something that the president, we didn't see him do as much.
Who's
what was
listening to the
that?
news? We're studying poker.
I know. We're at least being honest.
You
Right.
saw like Charlie Carell is trying to get into politics.
No.
I was like, dude, I don't think I would be voting for any poker players. I mean, it's probably actually better than your normal politician, so who
Yeah.
knows?
Charlie Carell is the British
Votes
guy
for
that
Daniel
can't
Midland.
get in can't get into the USA, right?
All right, here we go.
Well,
All right.
He is banned from the America.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like
So
Charlie
let's
Carroll.
see.
Okay.
Let's see. So
You don't see
I
that. Okay.
I got called. I think this is the same like low
Yeah.
stack guy from before, and this case he's calling from small blind.
Mhm.
I
Against the actual GTO small blind range of calls, this flop is fucking great for their range. We don't think that's the range he's playing. We think he's playing the big blinds
right.
range. But
Yeah.
I'm telling you, against the actual range, oh, this is a good check back.
Right. But yeah, basically I was not really too sure what I was like, what I should be doing. In this case, I ended up just
Okay,
checking.
just one thing I would like to add here is, so let's say your opponent has a7. I don't mind a small bet because he could still fold a7. Just bet one big blind and see what happens. And your hand has a
Right.
lot of
Like,
future.
I mean, I'd probably bet like 1.5, right? Just good, like the quarter
Yeah, or
pot
something
bet.
like this. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
that
his
is
showdown
fine.
value.
Fine.
His
up-
showdown value. No.
And
No,
pocket
but
fours would have folded as well. I'm pretty
Right,
sure
remember
against
that
the
thing-
one.
Yeah.
Remember that thing we said?
I think that's something that like I ended up looking back on it like that I should have bet at some point.
Yep.
if he had something that couldn't beat ace 4, he probably would have came out and bet at some point, right?
If he's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
like this line is just super showdown heavy.
Yeah.
We can make a lot of that shit fold.
Yep.
Let's
And remember,
try
we
and
talked
push him
about
out.
this before. We talked about this before. Right on the turn, after it's gone check, 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 you should be starting to think about, am I going to win this if it checks all the way to the river? And ace 4 might, but
Yeah.
probably not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, you
small
do
stakes
block
exploit. Once they
pocket
check,
fours, so
Small stakes players, once they check twice, they
Right.
just don't ever protect that checking range.
But
Once the
Right.
flop checks through and they check the turn, they just don't have shit. Start blasting off.
Mhm.
did you all like the check on the flop? Because I personally
No.
don't like it. That's
No, I like a
that's the only
very
thing.
small bet.
And on the turn, I would
It's
check
very-
after I check flop because that is actually a four liner.
Like, I mean,
That
like
one
here,
I'm checking.
yeah.
So
Go two
after I
big
check on
blinds
the
and then
flop, I
small
would check
again.
here. It's not. I'm not betting the turn.
So, so Brian, when you bet the flop, two big blinds, and he calls, are you going to bet?
Okay.
Are you gonna continue to bet the turn? Or are you
Yes.
gonna bet small.
Yeah, I'm gonna bet the turn. I'm gonna go two big blinds on the flop, and I'm gonna go small again on the turn. I'm gonna
Okay.
go two really small bets, and then he
It's gonna be
probably
right.
ends up folding the
Folds the
fours.
turn.
But yeah, but we get the two big blinds
Yes.
on the flop, and then on the turn when we go, what do we have? 10 in the middle, we go like four big blinds.
Right.
He might fold out then, but if
I
he
see.
calls, I'm just gonna 2x him on the river and
Right.
me off with your pocket fours, buddy.
Right. Because he doesn't have a jack.
He doesn't have a jack.
Yeah.
He can have some 9x.
But he have a jack. Yeah. Okay. That 9 on the river is a pretty terrible hand for your line.
Yeah, it's not ideal.
Yeah. Would you not blast on the 9? I mean, obviously you're blasting on a deuce.
I'm trying to think actually. So what is his range when he calls? Let's say we don't know what hand he has. He has tons of pocket pairs. He has some 9x, 8x. He has some straight draws. And then on the turn, when we
Zero
go
connectors.
small again, he does not have a lot of straights when he just calls. So when he
But he
just
does
calls
have,
and then there's a nine.
but he easily has a 10. He easily
Mhm.
has a 9, and he easily has some 2 pair that doesn't raise you.
I mean, we could also have a
because of
jack,
the
right?
40.
On the
I
flop.
think if we go 2 on the flop, 4 on the turn,
Yeah.
that's what, 10, 18. We could probably get away with like I don't think we need to 2x. I think 14 is going to fold out. I mean, a 9, I don't know if a 9, I mean, we'd have to go really big for a
But
9.
what are you targeting with 14 at that point? You're targeting like ace high.
Pocket
Some of his smaller pocket pairs
Yep.
that are still get here somehow.
You're talking
An
an
8,
8 and
a
a 10.
10. I think you get an 8 or a 10 to fold when you go bet.
Yeah, you're just not targeting a 9 anymore.
Yeah, we're not
You're
targeting a
a
9.
And at his
We'll go
stack
slightly
depth, I don't
bigger
know
to
if
target those hands.
I don't know if
I
he's
wouldn't
ever
go 2x.
folding.
Okay.
I don't know if he's ever folding at his stack depth.
That's
Is he
true.
folding pocket sevens?
I'm saying I don't think he's ever folding a
Yeah,
9 at
he
his
he
stack
would
depth.
fold
They're not a
sevens.
9.
If we
Not a 9.
because
No, he's
2x
not
by the
folding a
river is
9.
basically putting him all in. I don't think he's ever folding a 9 at his stack depth.
No, absolutely not. No, I'm not trying to get a 9 to fold, but I think he has enough pocket pairs and like 10x that will fold, 8x it'll sometimes. That's
I
okay.
think
mean,
14, 15 on the river will accomplish that same thing. You know what I'm saying?
You think 14's folding out 10x?
I think so.
Yeah,
Well,
you know
we
what?
No
With a
way.
4-liner, I do like it better. With a 4-liner, I think we can get a lot more shit to fold for a smaller size. I do agree, actually. Like 9x is never folding, so we can just go small. You're right, pot,
be
and
more
fold out his
efficient
10x,
and
8x, all that shit, and his 9x snaps us off. That's okay. But with a 4-liner, his single pair hands are going to be a little bit less. Aren't going to love it as much, even though the board is paired.
Right. And he now
people
has
would
full
talk
houses.
bet on a paired 4-liner. Like I just
Yeah.
don't think anything except I
Agree.
think 9x is like very bottom of calling range. I think
Yep.
we're going to start folding out even for 14, 15 on the river. People are going to start folding out queens. They're folding out their 10x, their 8x,
Yeah.
all of their under pairs. They're
Well,
going
the
to
other
fold
thing
out.
too is, oh, sorry, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
I guess he doesn't have any better ace x, so because any ace
That's
7 or
folded.
smaller is a chop.
Yeah.
That also so we're gonna fold all the chops too.
Yeah.
With 14, 15, where against his stack depth, he's never, the hands that are folding to 14. The hands that are calling are
Yeah.
calling no matter what size or jamming the river to the 14, 15.
I agree because of the 4-liner. Yes, that's that just going 14. They're going to call And then with all the, I think that we are able to still get the full 8 and 10x. Let
Okay,
me do
Bub has
that.
something you wanted to point out on the board. Right, that queen eight is a two pair that doesn't even beat the board.
Yeah,
So
So it just lands in the queen,
It's just a
you
queen.
know,
just
the
queen.
queen X.
It's a queen,
The
yeah.
queen. The
yeah,
queen. He probably would have just been piling money in with the queen. So I would say he doesn't. He's a short stack. When they make top pair, they just pile money in.
Yeah.
So when they flop top two.
Yeah, I mean they're absolutely
Okay,
money
next
in.
Oh
hand.
yeah, all right. Just another one where I should have been a bit more aggressive earlier on.
yeah, the idea was just the only two pairs, Queen 10.
Yeah.
There's
Then,
nothing left.
then
There's nothing
let's
left.
take this as Rein's last hand, so because we haven't done any of Andy's hands, right? Or did I miss all of the Andes when I was gone? I
No,
can't
we
imagine.
didn't do my hands yet.
Okay, let's do some Andy hands after
All
this.
right.
Yeah, three pairs, but
Yeah.
even better. You're right.
All right. Okay. Three bet.
That's a little small for the three bet. Not egregiously
I
small.
mean,
Just a little.
it's because he only he opens
even
like
against the
two,
two.
right?
Yeah, even against the two, because you would go 4x plus the dead money, so you would bring you to 9, and in
Right.
GTO Wizard it's 10 and 11 even against the two. So just saying it's a
Okay.
little small. It's not egregiously small.
Right.
And
Yeah.
and you're just not used to seeing. We're not used to seeing the two raised, so we don't see the number as much.
Okay.
I'll go look
So
up.
I should go to 9.
Yeah, at least, and I'll tell you what GTO Wizard's number is in a second. That is let's see, he's the hijack. Okay, keep going. I'll catch
All
up.
right. That's very nice flop. Let's see. I wait. I continue betting.
Yeah, the wizard likes
Please.
2 point. The wizard likes 10.5.
Right. Okay. And
Yeah.
I know from like the peak, it's like 10.
Yeah, exactly.
For
So
the small
all those
blind.
numbers are good. All those numbers are good.
All right. So all right. Let's see.
What are we doing?
This bet is probably a little bit too big.
You're the wrong hand class for this size.
Yeah.
Are you trying to get him to fold? Are you?
Yeah,
What-
so this is a polarized size, right?
Right.
Right. Okay, and you know what I mean by polarized size, right?
That I would want to do it with either my like best hand, so probably with like sets, to pairs, and my worst hands. And this hand is like kind of in the middle.
Exactly.
Yeah, you have
Right,
pair
because
plus.
it's a draw and it has showdown. Yeah.
Yep.
So I would probably want to do like another like 10 to between 10 and 20 or something.
Sure, or check. Both are good.
Or
But-
even check. Okay.
But yeah, this
you
is
can check and realize your equity here.
yeah. And so
Right.
and so here's so that's the general principle is that this is a polarized bet and this hand doesn't fit well into a polarized range. The examples of what it does is this bet causes him to fold a lot of hands that you have beat. You know, there's a bunch of other queens that have to fold now. There's a lot of hands they're going to fold to a pot-sized bet here, and you beat most of them. But when you are beat and they don't fold, you've just thrown in 30 big blinds. Now you have a flush draw to back it up, so that's nice. You can get there 1/5 of the time, and you can get another queen, which is usually good against his kings, and you can get a 10, which is usually good, not always. But you've really stuck your neck out here with a hand that doesn't need to stick its neck out because this hand doesn't need folds.
Right.
All
So I would want to do this with like sets and stuff.
Sets, a naked flush draw that has no showdown value.
Right. Yeah.
Jack 10 of clubs.
Like even like an ace, like let's say ace 6 of clubs, would they want to do that? Even if
Do
you
it. Absolutely. They
so
fit in. They fit in. I don't know if they're the best hand to do it with, but they make sense.
right, yeah.
Yeah. King queen plus on the, for value, and your bluffs, things that really, really want him to fold.
Yeah.
There we go. All right.
But yeah, I mean, once again, this is the thing, like
Yeah.
kind of wanting to just push them through.
Yeah.
Just because I don't want to look weak, right, on the turn, kind of. But
Checks are
yeah,
not weak.
yeah.
Especially with a hand that can call. Remember, you can
I'm-
call
I'm-
it's so easy for you to call.
Yeah.
Check here.
Mm.
All right. So
Right.
here we go.
Well, and especially
And then they fold. So
Right.
yeah,
He
that's
folds a
kinda
hand. Yeah, he folded a hand that was worse than
probably.
yeah,
But-
that might have called 10 big blinds that you had beat.
Yeah.
I would add this and just you could check raise this hand if you want to. It goes in between. When you're checking, they check through, that's good for your hand. And when you check and they
but
bet
like,
small.
He's talking on the flop. Yeah, you can check
Yeah.
here. I do like a check raise here, actually.
So
We can apply pressure to
check the
king
flop,
X.
check
Yeah.
the flop, and then check raise. Okay.
I mean, you
And if
don't
he
have to.
checks back, you know that he's just doesn't have much because they just don't protect their checking ranges.
Mm-hmm.
You can call.
Yeah, you're just gonna a lot of good things happen when you check here. Like one, if it checks through, you have a technically marginally made hand with a strong draw, so you get to
Brian,
realize for
you're
free.
talking about the flop or the turn when you say here.
Flop.
Flop. Okay, go on.
On the flop, it checks very nice. I mean, a lot of good things happen. Like I said, you have a marginally made hand technically, and then you have a draw to go with it. It's not bad, and then you have plenty of equity to check raise and call off a jam. Like that's,
Right.
and then
And you have plenty
when
of equity to check call if you feel like doing that.
yeah, like you have the if he comes out and bets huge here, like say he comes out and bets really big, I'm just gonna call. I'm not gonna I'm gonna assume I have no fold equity, so there's no point in raising. But when I check and he checks behind, now I get a good idea of what I'm targeting. He's probably not gonna have a ton of flush draws, which is nice. And then he's gonna have, some queen X and he can have some 5X, some under pairs, so he can just go small on the turn, target that for
Bonus with the check raise, even the check you get with how you get it, you're going to get a little bit of a timing tell off and with how quickly he bets or checks. And then when you check raise, if he has to tank on it, you're that's a pretty good timing tell.
I don't like the check raise on the flop.
Do you not like a check call on the flop either, Bub?
Yeah, I mean, we are never folding this hand.
Right.
Yeah.
We continue, but I feel like check raising is not. It's too much.
I mean, if it were me playing this hand, I would bet the flop or check call the flop. I wouldn't check raise this hand on the flop, but I don't think it's wrong. I just wouldn't do it.
Yeah, I also
I
wrote
would-
that in chat. I think the hand has so much equity, it can do it. But
Yeah.
so what I would check raise here is king, queen, obviously, and then some bluffs.
Yeah.
I'm not. I don't know. Queen 10, it doesn't feel right to me.
Yeah.
So that's all I'm saying about that.
I'm happy to
Like king
check
queen
raise.
as a check raise as much as queen 10, just because we have so much. I mean, we can go bet and stack them at the stack depth.
Queen 10 actually though it wants to like check like 30% of the time in peak world.
And
then let's see if they bet like let's say
show it on the screen. Show it on
What
the
I like
screen.
about checking it is just the information you get here when you check.
Yeah, I like the check, but I'm just
like
check calling. I'm not check raising.
And then so let's say if he if he was to bet like small, yeah.
Gonna call a lot.
King queen is a check raise, right?
The queen 10 is check raising a little bit, but not too much.
Yeah.
The one with the flush draw.
Yep. And as he goes bigger, give him the 12.
Yeah, probably even less.
Probably now we just call.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Now he's going to be putting the money in for us.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I mean it's back and forth. If he went big, I would just call.
Yeah.
If he goes small, I'm probably gonna attack.
But let's take the line you did and let's see how the solver does this. So you bet 6 on the flop.
Yeah, so let's say 5
calls.
He calls.
Now you get
the 4 of hearts.
Of hearts.
Yeah. And now let's see, it's you. Let's see what the queen 10
You
does.
bet pop.
Look at all that checking.
Check. So now it does want to check.
And it's not like it
Now
does.
give him a small bet size and see if we have any turn check raises.
I mean, a
No.
little
Oh,
bit.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, 30%.
So there you go. Okay.
Yeah, our check raise frequency actually goes up from the flop when we take this line.
Right.
But I think it's important to understand that king queen is just a value here, and then we have some gut shots, and yeah, queen 10 can do it because it has so much value with a flush draw. It's like insanely
And
good.
again, as we said we said the check raise wasn't bad,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Yeah.
and that the bet can work, but they weren't the most obvious lines, and the solver now backs that up.
Yeah.
But it's actually a line.
Mhm.
So I should think about it because yeah, it is a line. It's not bad.
It's not something you should take every time, but like 30% of the time or something.
Yeah.
I need to dislike the check raise line the more I think about it.
All right, let's see what Andy's got.
All right.
I've hogged this for quite a while now.
You have not hogged it. You have added value.
All right, but yeah, I've been learning quite a lot from
Larry fucking hogged
like
it.
actually playing the 2
Larry
days.
is still here.
Mhm.
Here we go,
But,
gentlemen.
But like
So-
combining like playing with today playing in the
Cream of the
trainer.
cream is
Right, let's
going
see what you
on
got.
now.
Solver special, go. Andy,
We're gonna start off with a typical Andy hand. We're gonna get to see a punt.
yay.
I actually, so in reality, I don't think this was super punty. I liked the process. I just didn't like the result. I was okay with the hand upon review. You'll see it is literally my second hand of the session. Second hand of the session. We get this guy who actually he PFRs more, or he RFIs up front way higher than he should be.
Right.
And then tightens up in position, which is weird.
That's solver.
Then we get we get a caller. And I know I can squeeze here. Which given his, fold to 3-bet,
Yep.
I could definitely get away with a big squeeze here. The problem is this guy once he V-pips, I've watched him V-pip and then double call cold 4-bet with absolute trash. Once he V-pips, he does not fold.
Right. Then I don't think then the solver special loses a lot of its value, because a lot of the value
Yes,
here
and
you get folds.
in the wise words, I had Scotty in my ear. Look to the left. He's only 3-bet 5 times. I think the chance of getting squeezed here is nil.
Yeah.
Great. So let's see a flop against a wider than optimal range and an absolute fish with a suited ace and see what happens.
The solver approves every piece of this line, by the way. The ace 5 suited is a perfectly cromulent call there.
Our buddy coach. Oh shoot.
Yeah.
There we go. Sorry.
There we go. All right. Hey.
Terrible flop. Not a terrible flop. I have some backdoor straight draws. I have the super obvious nut flush draw. So I'm going to go ahead and check. Check. He bets a little bit more than half pot.
Great.
Now that's kind of his standard C-bet. He's C-betting a lot. Like when he C-bets, he C-bets big. It was actually kind of small for his. He's usually like a B75 or even like bets pot multi-way. So it seemed kind of small.
This is a bet. This is a pot size bet heads up though. So that might be, he might have had that sort of programmed into his size, that 5.5 big blinds is his size. That's possible too. Or is a size.
Possible.
Yeah. Okay. So he bets half pot.
So Mr. Station folds And we've been talking about check raises for a couple hours, so I go with the big boy.
Nothing. I don't see anything punty about this yet.
Just wait, there's more.
Yeah.
Fold, and so and I remember like he tanks here, like his timer almost runs out.
Mhm.
He absolutely tanks and then just calls.
Okay.
So we get an apparent. It's not really a brick though, because a lot of my bluffs that are in there that completed a lot of bluffs that I'm check raising.
You also
Yeah.
turned equity.
Yeah, it improved it. Yeah,
Yes.
this is great.
And I turn equity, and he tanked. So overbet jam.
Okay. I don't see anything punty about this at all. You may call, you may lose, but
I do. Instant snap call.
oh, then I hate it. I don't like it if he snaps.
Instant snap call.
But
Oh,
but
that's
the
nice.
great thing here is
Pocket kings.
on the turn, if he snap calls, I mean, at least you have so many outs. It's you have your flush outs. Any ace might be good, except he has ace 10. Exactly.
you
But
flipping?
then your gut shots.
Are you
So what?
flipping on? I think you're flipping on flop, aren't you?
I'm actually probably ahead on the flop.
But
I'm because of their equity. So yeah, we're roughly
Yeah. But look at this.
once
So I think it's a fine line. The one option here is if you use a smaller check raise size on flop, you're gonna have ammunition for potentially 3 streets. It's already a bigger pot because it's multi-way.
that
But you might
size kind of on purpose, with the intent that it kind of set up a roughly 1.5, 1.6, little bit more than 1.5 size jam on the turn. And I had planned on any card on the turn that gives me equity, I was going to jam.
Okay.
yeah, I mean, your line is super strong. Actually, I cannot say it's so good, but
Being
on the other hand,
results oriented, if it's results oriented, it was a punt. But like I said, I was happy with the line. I was happy with the hand. I was kind of surprised that he snap called the turn.
He had made his decision.
I agree. I agree that you should raise smaller on the flop because I feel like that is you raised kind of big. Because that guy bet into 4 people. He was not afraid. So what's his worst hand? I mean, it's like ace 10.
So this guy, obviously I have a lot of history with him, 4,000 hands. He's the kind of player that he c-bets less heads up, and in multi-way pots, he just, for some reason, he thinks that if it's checked to him, he has to just go ham.
Oh, wait. But would you double check if he only does this in position? Because I feel like in position, that's a good thing. And maybe you overread it a little bit. Because if he's on the button and he's betting into 3 players, it's fine.
Yes. So this was the other one. He never folds to check raises on the flop. So that's why I wasn't super concerned about his call because he just doesn't fold to check raises. And he is in multi-way pots, he's stab. He c-bets multi-way pots at almost 100% frequency.
Okay,
for a
Andy,
larger sizing.
Okay, one question here. So if you say someone is not folding a lot to check raises, so in my opinion, that would mean his range is kind of strong when he bets.
Well, because he's very, very frequently betting multi-way.
No, because then he cannot call raises.
Right. But what I'm saying, it doesn't matter. He'll call. He would have called here with ace king. He'd call here with ace high.
I'm not sure.
Pretty frequently.
Then I don't.
I think
I've seen him.
these 2 stats somehow doesn't connect for me. So the one stat would say he would stab a lot, and the other stat says he's calling check raises a lot. That's like he continues everything. I mean, maybe that's true, but
He
it
also like
doesn't feel right.
he calls a lot of check raises or floats a lot of check raises and then folds the turn to a turn bet frequently.
Hmm.
So I have a question
Which I don't-
for everybody else. Does anybody hate this line? Does anybody find this punty? I think Brian might. So if somebody hates this line, I want to hear their reasons because I don't hate it.
I personally like the line somehow.
All right, who hates it? Anybody?
Even if I argued against it, but I still like it. I think it's good.
Right.
It's
Okay.
very, I don't know, it depends. He, if I was playing live and this guy's bet somewhat large into 3 more players, I might not take. Just assuming I have very little fold equity. But he also says the guy she bets all the time is going to be in floats too wide, then technically it's pretty good. It's really, I don't know, his read, then it's a it's a good play. But like population generally, I would say that this might be one of the spots where I will realize because of the C bet into 4 players for a decent size, or 3 players for a decent size.
Yeah. The only thing I could have done different is on the turn bet smaller instead of jamming what I could bet like
That's the
30.
other thing that I was gonna say is that if
And then give
he's
up
gonna
the-
float too wide and you bet anything on the turn he's folding, right? I mean, you could try and run that. I mean, that seems like an option. It's with the read. Like it depends on like against most players, I'm not gonna take this line, but against this guy, then I love like a small bet on the turn that folds out all the shit that he floated with that he's not supposed to float with.
And then on the river, you give up, or do you keep betting?
Probably give up if he's gonna float too wide, but then he's calling again. You can give up there because you say, okay, well this guy's not folding. I don't have stack
Okay.
depth behind to make him fold, and
Right.
he's not floating with bullshit if he's at this point because he would have folded his bullshit on the turn.
Yeah. So that's certainly that certainly would have been a more profitable line this time against his hand. So that's nice. All right. What else you got?
All right. Suited clubs hand. And this one I don't have any notes on. Okay, so I'm gonna isolate. I don't know much about this guy, but so I ISO get a call here. Oh, I think I remember this. Oh no, okay, this guy who he suffers from FPS. Probably a loose call, especially with him in there. But he calls too. And what happens? Villain bets half pot. And I think I was kind of unsure what I want to do here.
I mean, you're drawing to suck at nuts. You benefit from keeping other people in the hand.
Yeah. It was more like with his sizing. I didn't know if I wanted to if I wanted to call or fold. I didn't think raising was really an option. Especially because this is the same table. Everybody just witnessed a massive punt to this guy.
I mean, you're 33% to boat up, and you're being offered 24%. It's true that he could have the singular ace with another club, but you're also in position, which means you're gonna more fully realize your equity. I don't think in any universe this is ever a fold.
That's kind of what I thought. I mean, it probably should have been a fold pre-flop, but here we are, right? So I
Yep.
call. He folds, and then we get the beautiful 4 of clubs on the turn.
All right. Now, if he has the nuts, nice nuts.
Yep. He goes B50 again.
I don't think you have any reason to raise it.
I put the money in the middle.
So let's
And
talk about that. I mean, doesn't matter what the result is. Let's talk about this race. when you raise, there is certainly a portion of his range that doesn't have a fold button, right? He's got lots of overpairs that are calling. But, and he probably doesn't have that many bluffs that take this line against multiple people. But the only card that he may slow down on is a fourth club. Otherwise, his aces, kings, queens don't go anywhere. I don't think you benefit from raising the position.
And see, I was thinking because of SPR, like my jam is basically a min click. And so I think
Yes,
any
but the very small portion of his range that is bluffs, let's say he might have the naked ace of clubs with the barrel on river. He might have air. He might have like something stupid like king, queen. Who knows? It's not a big portion of his range, but that portion auto folds.
Yeah, and my thinking with the jam was because it's such a small, I might get calls from portions of his range that are just going to check fold the river, but will call here because they still have some equity.
Yeah.
And I felt like I didn't want, and I think about it, and I'm never like, if I call, there's no river card that's making me fold, right? So at that point, put it in now because there's river cards that are going to scare him away. There's no river cards that are scaring me away. And I feel like calling off half my stack here in itself is so strong, is maybe even stronger than jamming.
All right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I just think I think you fold out a portion of his range and you don't really want to fold out anything. Then there's not that many scare cards that really
True.
affect his triple barrel. I mean, he might check to you with kings on river, but then you just shove and he's going to feel compelled to call.
Yeah.
Right.
You're in position, so the money goes in when you say so.
Yeah, I mean, this is a great play when you're out of position, but in position, this is you're just folding out so many cards you're getting value from.
Yeah. I don't know. It's kind of one of those spots where, again, it was like at this stack depth, like, what do if we had more stack depth or less stack depth, it's an easier play. It's a much easier decision. Less stack depth is pretty much an auto jam. And I mean, if we're a lot deeper, then I start calling a lot more than jamming.
I mean, he's calling with his aces, kings, and queens, but when you make this play, the small portion, maybe 10, 20% of his range that is bluffing, you've just gotten off the hook.
Right.
Was this multi-way?
It started multi-way, yeah.
Well, wouldn't you want to discount some of that range that's bluffing there?
Of course, he has very few bluffs there. They always have very few bluffs there. But what are any of the bluffs that they have? Maybe 10% of the range, maybe 5% of the range. What's it doing now?
So this guy limped, I ISO'd, button called, he 3-bet, and it was actually kind of a small 3-bet size. So I called the 3-bet. He called. We saw the flop multi-way in a 3-bet pot. He bet half pot. I called. He villain 3 folded.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, bluffs are the point I'm making is bluffs are a very small portion of his range.
Right.
But we've got second nuts. Why do we want to fold out 10% of his range that might decide it wants to suicide bluff river?
Yeah.
That's
No,
true.
I understand. I understand what you're saying. His whole point is just that he doesn't want scare cards to come on the river.
Well,
him?
my point is that there's very few scare cards here.
It's
If
true.
you have
Well,
overpairs, there's very few scare cards here. Except
Yeah.
maybe the fourth club, but we're blocking them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That there's X isn't great. 6X isn't great. Or 6 isn't great. I mean, yeah, it's not that shouldn't be a large part of your range either. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of agree with Larry on this one. I'm just
Yeah,
saying
I
that he
just
has less bluffs in this spot when
I
he
don't
is
think. Yeah, he doesn't
multi-way,
have very many
but you're in
bluffs.
position. And is this guy going to be capable of laying down an overpair? Is the
I mean,
question.
my guess this guy's got queens or kings, and he's going to call you.
And
Every once in a while.
he calls and he has queens
Yeah, I mean,
with the queen of
it's
clubs.
a
So
I mean,
bit
so you're probably going to
bad.
get it all anyway, but doesn't matter. It just, I to repeat myself, you just don't any small portion of his range that is bluffs, you don't want to fold out.
which kind of is funny. The first hand where I get stacked, I personally was like the way I played it. This one, I'm not a huge fan of the way I played it. With a completely opposite result, I got doubled up.
Right. But remember, if you play this in the other order, you probably get doubled up also, right?
Right.
If you just call this, he
I mean,
probably
the money
checks.
was going in either way.
Yeah, it's just you. Maybe he checks the river. You bet, and then he calls you.
Right.
So
All
both
right.
each other. Yeah.
Yeah, the
I
only
mean, just yeah. I mean,
exception.
it's important to think about your position here. You've got positional advantage.
Use it.
You don't need to rush things and pull. And I mean, if he had, let's say, if he had king queen with the king of clubs, you obviously have that. But let's just say, or ace queen with the ace of clubs, he's probably gonna fold.
Okay, can I give you
But
another example?
but you keep him in and allow him to fire the final barrel. He's got the nut flush blocker, you know.
If he has on the river, Queen of Hearts, Queen of Diamonds, and the river would be a 9 of clubs, would he check call a jam?
No,
There
then you're
are
fucked.
hands. There are cards that are not. I mean, not
Yeah.
all. There are cards that are not ideal. That's
Yeah.
true, but
The-
not the majority of the deck. A very small portion of the deck are bad cards.
Okay, yeah, that would be so I'm not saying like, oh yeah, there's one exception and now my line would be right. I'm just saying, is it actually true? Because on the turn the jam might be fine. I'm not sure.
So
Yeah, I mean, we've looked at these spots over and over again in solver. We know when it's got the very top of range, and out of position is betting big. It doesn't do it. It doesn't jam. It doesn't jam nuts in position.
Yeah.
And it doesn't because it folds out bluffs. It's pretty simple.
True. Yeah.
And while you're right, there is a danger of the bad card coming. You block a bunch of them.
All right, now I'm not quiet anymore, and I just unloaded on Andy. Andy, I hope that was productive.
We ready for the next one?
Yes.
Oh, another actually. This
Fold
one
please,
is
sir.
nope.
Okay, ISO. Now it's a different animal.
Yeah. So again, I mean, this is gonna open some portion from this position. In 6 max. This guy is I don't know much about him, but he does split ranges. Like he's RFIing enough or he has RFI'd enough that when he limps, his ranges have got to be so split. He's not like a 36-2 where he's only raising ultra premiums.
It says
So
okay, there is just a question for me, and then I stop. Are you actually overdoing it with isolating, or does anyone think that is really good? I feel like
I'm
he's
never going to over limp here.
No. I think you're overdoing it with isolating the fish because you get into danger as well. Because It's like as if you ignore everyone else at the table.
I mean, I'm not ignoring, but I mean, I would open if he folds. I probably open king six suited here. So if I'm gonna open, I'll ISO this guy, and with this one it is a clear like if I get three bet, it's straight to the muck. Unless somebody does like the min click three bet, then I'll probably have to peek at the flop. But um, I don't want to fold. I don't want to. I'm never gonna over limp. I mean, in the last hand, like king nine, I think that's a pure open from under the gun. King nine
It
suited.
is, yes.
So we can go ahead and ISO against the limp there. I mean, I'm going to ISO that every time. And generally, if I get three bet, then I will fold. But he three bet to such a small size that I felt like I had a decent price.
Okay.
Where here, like I know, like if I get three bet to a real size, or even like if I get callers, I'm gonna be super careful.
I understand that going heads up is better, but what would you be afraid of if you just call here?
You're talking if I overlimp here?
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like that because then that's gonna prime. I mean, if somebody raises back here to ISO, now the sizes are even bigger, and I'm not gonna call a raise out of position. I'm not gonna overlimp here ever. The only place I'll ever even consider overlimping is the button. And even then, I don't do that very often.
Okay.
I mean, any thoughts on that? Anyone? Maybe this is a little bit wide, but a little bit, not even much.
I mean, is the range that you isolate the same as that you would regularly open then?
Couldn't be.
Usually one seat back. So like the range I would ISO here would kind of be my UTG range.
Right. So you the
Sometimes I
range
may
that you
go a
do
little
from this
wider,
spot.
but so we get not the worst flop, not the best flop. And we get a nuffle opportunity. So as we know, I'm just calling everything. I mean, unless does anybody have any raises here or against the donk, are we just calling?
So I personally feel like this donk could be strong, it could be weak, it could be something. I'm not raising here. I don't see any reason to raise. I mean, we have a backdoor straight. There's only an ace that could beat us on a turn if he's bluffing with ace high. So I feel like this is a great call.
So with Nuffle, I'm literally never if I had pocket kings, I'm only calling here. If I have queen jack of heart of clubs, I'm calling here. I never fold to a donk ever.
Okay, so let's think about raises. What are we raising here?
Personally, nothing ever.
6-7 of spades could be a nice raise, but
No. Against the donk,
I wouldn't do it as well. Yeah, that's the thing. I would just call it.
Against the donk with Nuffle, we never raise ever on the flop.
Yep, makes sense. Not even pocket fours.
We're in the land of Nuffle, right?
Yeah, we're in the land of Nuffle. We are calling range. 100% of the hands.
Yeah.
100% of the hands that we see the flop with, Bub, we're calling. It doesn't matter what we have.
Yep.
Okay.
It doesn't matter the board. I'm calling 100% of range there. We get the three of clubs, and as a normal Nuffle would go, he checks.
Yeah.
And I'm not bluffing. I have value, so I go with
30%?
the 33.
Nice.
And
Fabulous.
he calls. And Bink. Beautiful. And so I actually go a B66 here. And knowing like with this bet, I'm thinking I might be folding to a jam if he check raise shoves. Not might be. I'm bet folding here. And he tank calls. And he turns over ace king suited.
Okay, that's unlucky. So you would do the same with queen nine of diamonds, I guess. It's like it
Do
doesn't
the
really
same
matter
with
what
queen
you.
nine of clubs.
Yeah, doesn't really matter. It just how the line works.
Yeah, I mean, the only difference on the turn, if I have no value, then I'm betting the turn way bigger.
So with queen nine of diamonds, you would have bet like a bigger sizing. Interesting.
B75.
Yeah, but
So
it
when
makes
he
a
checks, I
lot
would
of
have bet
sense. Yeah.
I would have bet 15 big blinds on the turn if I had queen nine of diamonds.
Or something like king eight of spades, because that is your value. I get it. Okay, that's good. Okay.
Spades is 30%.
King eight, two pair.
Yep. Two pair would be value. We go way down.
Oh, so we only go big with bluffs, and we.
In the land of Nuffle, yes.
Interesting. I mean,
So then
yeah.
he gets a note that he will limp call ace king suited, and he also gets a note that he will donk top of range. So he is not a Nuffle candidate anymore.
Right.
One got lucky.
I got very lucky.
It is
But
fun
now
punishing the trapper, though.
Yeah. All right. Next one. Ooh, another suited king. I love my suited kings.
I mean, they're actually great. Yeah.
That is one thing I have fallen in love with suited kings over the last 6 months.
They can make flushes.
As long as they're not as long as they don't have red ties.
Right.
Okay, here. So just going back to the points I made before. Here, I like the raise, I guess, more than before. Yeah, that's all.
Yeah. So he calls, and we get kind of an airball flop. He checks. So I bet small. It's a good flop for my range. I like to go with kind of a range bet sizing. See what he does.
Personally, I think this board is pretty good to go a little bit bigger. Because you still have pocket queens, you have ace jack, king jack, queen jack. You have a lot of overcards that have backdoor straights. I think this board you can go just bigger just for c-bet sizing. That's all. Like 50%.
Still small. I want to see what he's gonna do. He calls. We turn some equity. And now he fires a turn donk. And that one kind of caught me off guard because I'm like, what the hell? Like, I mean, Queen 9, 7, 9, like what the hell gets here? Donks the turn for this sizing, right? And so punish the donk, right? I turned equity. I just don't think he's ever all that strong. And I think a raise, a decent raise here, not even that big of a raise, but if he calls, I'm kind of giving up on the hand. But I think with this donk size, I think his range looks like some weak Jack X that he limp called with, or he's got a hand like pocket sevens, maybe a weak flush draw.
Yep. I mean, it could be
But
7s or 9x. 9x would
Yeah, I
also
think
make a
it's.
little bit
I
of
don't think,
sense.
and I don't even think it's a weak flush draw because he called the flop. I don't think a naked, heart draw, backdoor heart draw is calling the flop. So unless he's got some Jack X of hearts, which I mean, I have this, like it would be what, Jack 7, Jack 8, Jack 9. So the only ones really left is Jack 9 of hearts that gets here.
When he calls you, I actually ran into a spot like this yesterday, and I I was kind of I raised, I had value.
Okay,
When he
so
called, I went massive on the river because he donked with two when he turned two pair. I had better two pair. But I kind of think that this would be a good spot to give up on rivers when you don't get there, and then go pretty thick for value when you do.
Yeah,
I
well,
give you
and that's
my
what I was
only
saying is,
reason. You continue and then I can do.
That was all. I'm just kind of trying to figure out these turn donks to small sizes because the guy turn donked into me for what was a small size, but not like compared to the pot, it was small. But for the game, it's a pretty decent size. So
yeah,
I'm trying
like
to decide what this means.
if he turn donks for like 9 or 10, I think it's just a call. And even that's kind of a dice, kind of a mergy call. But when
For
he
this size,
donks
it's weak.
the turn for this size, I feel like it can never be strength.
I think it's a set your price bet. I
Yeah.
want to see a cheap river. Please don't raise me too big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
We'll see.
So and maybe like I could have gone bigger on the raise. Like, do I ever take it bigger up to like 27?
I mean, I personally not raising here, I'm just calling.
What's gonna fold to 27 that isn't gonna it's gonna call 17?
True. And I kind of felt the same way, like you said. Like if I don't improve on the river, I give up. I'm just gonna give up the hand and he wins.
I'm not 100% sure about that though with his sizing because I think the difference between yesterday was that yes, the size he took was small for the pot, but it is a larger size for the game. So like it was a $30 bet in 1-2, which doesn't technically not that big, but for the game it's kind of big.
Right. Yeah, we're like obviously this is 30 NL, so this is a 90-cent bet.
I think he has some.
Uh,
I still think he has 10x here. I think he has tons of marginal hand, and then he
I
could have
mean,
picked up
yeah,
a flush.
I'm not saying he cannot have like 10-9 maybe or Queen 10. But you get my point. I feel like any breaks it down pretty perfect. It's like Jack X, a weak one, and then some draws. He could
What
still
happens if
have.
we just call here?
Yeah, that is because I love a call here. That's
if we
all.
call here and we don't make our hand, we have zero fold equity.
Why?
Maybe
Maybe, but also if we
when he
just call
calls,
here
if
and
you call and it goes check check, if it goes and he checks the river, you don't think you can get him to fold whatever bullshit he donked on?
yeah, maybe. But I also like part of the thinking is I think I have enough equity against this donk that like if he does call me and I make my hand on the river, I'd rather have the bigger I can make a smaller relative size bet on the river for a bigger absolute amount that's still getting called.
Okay. Let's see. I want to see what happens. Because
Sun running.
we make the freaking nuts.
Yep.
What does he do? Would love to see him donk into you. Nope. All right.
Yeah,
He's
I
got
would
a
have
lot
loved
of
a
like
donk there.
got a lot of marginal
And this is
hands
where
here.
I'm like, fuck, how much do I bet?
Very
Literally
small.
everything's there. King Queen's there, Hearts is there, 7-9 is there, Queen 9's there. I'm like, fuck, I can't go huge. So I go
I
smaller
small.
than
think
that.
this is actually. I mean, the sizing is fine. I would even go a little bit smaller, but like, who cares? I would go 50% once again. Hopefully, you check raises some hands, but that's all.
I don't think he's ever check raising. But
Yeah,
He
the smaller
calls.
you go, the smaller you go, the higher the chance you could check raise, but I wouldn't go less than 50% pot. So yeah.
And this was the part that blew my mind. He flopped 2 pair, didn't check
That's what I.
raise the flop, and then donked tiny on the turn. Like,
Yeah, because his hand is already horrible on the turn. I don't even understand why he donked it.
oh.
At this point, I would check down. It's
The
like,
funny
I
thing is,
am.
if he checks the turn, my turn sizing's probably a little bit smaller than it would have been, which makes my river sizing smaller than it would have been, which means he actually loses less.
Yeah.
So we're starting to come to the conclusion that these turn donks, even when they're pretty small,
Yeah, that they're strong.
Yeah.
pretty strong.
I I would just call it because I feel like, yeah, I'm ahead of draws. This hand, so you have king seven. This is fucking second nut flush draw. You have an overcard. You have a gut shot. You have actually you have you have one gut shot at least.
Love the gut
And
shot because that puts a 4 line to the queen out there. I got the dumb end. Honestly, if a 9 of spades peels here, I'm probably checking it back.
okay, that's fair, but at least you have a fucking gut shot, and then you have an overcard. You have the second nut flush draw. I mean, it's not a bad hand, right? And if your opponent has a draw, he's way behind. Or do I see it wrong? I mean, what draw can he have that is ahead of you?
Ace
Right.
X hearts.
Yeah, there's not much he can, but I just
And
that it
then
threw me
there's
off.
already value left, right? So if there's already value left, it's pretty hard to get value to fold.
The thing that like real the sizing on the turn donk just completely like it was like it threw a wrench in my gears. I was like, what the fuck do I do? What is this size? Like this feels like the wannabe block bet on the river that I'm like, people don't do this on the turn.
Yeah, this is. I've been seeing it a little bit more, and so far from what I've seen, it's been pretty strong. So go for gold with your strong hands, call with your draws, and fold out your shit.
Yeah,
I
and
mean,
I mean this guy's obviously a super fish. He's a 52-2.
Well,
oh,
I only see
Like,
it from fish because
okay,
a good exploitative player, if they're gonna donk, usually they don't donk with bullshit. Usually they donk with strong hands, and they're not gonna donk for this little size. They're strong hands.
let's put it that way from my perspective. If I would raise this turn, I would do it with a pure bluff. But that is not a bluff. That is actually a really good hand we have here. So I would do it
Or
with a bluff or with value. But I'm not. I mean, the king seven is actually very good. It's like ace jack or ace 10. Ace 10. Why would we raise ace 10 here? I don't know. I wouldn't raise ace 10 here. I don't see why I would raise it.
I mean, it's all you're not the 52 V pipper, so it's very
But
different. You
no,
have
no,
to
no.
think.
But I mean, so we are hero right here. We have king seven of hearts. So I would call this hand. Let's say we have ace 10 offsuit. Would you raise
Yeah.
this?
Well, I'm starting to lean into the idea of doing like when the turn donks is actually doing a lot of folding without very strong hands and draws. Because from what I've seen so far, it has been less bullshit. I mean, maybe your pure bluffs you can raise, but you kind of puts you in a weird spot when you do that because they're gonna do this with I don't know what they do this with, honestly. This is
Yeah.
like everything I've
Well,
seen
we
that's
so
can.
far has
something,
been
or we got to
value.
do some MDA
Yeah,
and
let's
Everything
take a
I've
say
seen
look.
so far is value. I haven't seen like, I mean, I've actually at some point I've been playing for a while now, but at some point I've probably seen them do it with like bullshit, like a heart draw, like an ace 10 of hearts, or like I mean, it could have been like a 10-5 of hearts, picked up a heart draw and wants to get a cheap river, that type of
oh,
stuff, or just some
Just
sort of
so
bullshit like.
Okay,
Just so you
Brian,
know-
let's say we have 5-6 of diamonds here. We raise it. He calls.
Yeah.
He checks the river and we check. We see his hand. I mean, at least we get some information. And with
It's true.
5-6, we cannot do a mistake by bluffing this turn.
So maybe
One more
maybe
thing.
this
It can be a
weekend-
mistake if we think they're under bluffing there. If
Yeah.
we think that they're going to have a lot of value hands in that spot, it can definitely be a mistake.
Yeah, then it will. But as you said, you don't know, right? It's
That's what I'm trying
unclear.
to figure out. Yeah, I mean, from what I have 3 instances that I've seen now,
No, hold on.
and in
Hold on
those
one
3
second.
instances, it was value.
Yeah, we
Hey,
have
Scotty.
some math data on this. In the Nuffle package, there's also something called Nuddle, neutralizing turn leads. So they've got some direction on that. I can't give it to you now because I'm driving, but in our next session, I'll go look at that and we'll talk about it. Just saying we have
What I was
access.
going to
to someone
suggest
else's work.
is because Scotty has the I word, he can see all cards exposed. We can do, and I have a large enough sample size that I can just select, filter for hands that went to showdown so that we can have all cards exposed.
Oh yeah, I can do that.
We can do some MDA of our own and see what these small turn donks are.
My bet would be that there's a lot of value, and setting price on draws is what my bet would be. The problem with raising with pure bluffs then becomes that your bluff doesn't beat their draw, and then you're in a specific spot where you can actually just fire. No, actually, it's good then. You can bluff 5-6 and bet small on the river to fog out all their bullshit draw.
Hey, Scotty, before you go, are you here on Monday? Scotty's on mute.
I'm not you there. Here we go. So Monday I'm here and it's the same thing where I have a section where I can't do it. So like I'll open the room and then I'll be gone at the beginning and then I'll be back in by like 10 or 10:15 for the rest.
Okay. Okay, cool.
Okay, sounds good. So I'll and if I remember to, I will do a database search for you guys. Larry, would you just send me a text to do that because I'm driving now, and then I'll have some MDA for us.
Sure.
On small turn donks. Okay.
All right, guys. Good luck this weekend.
You guys.
Cheers.
Now we have.
Larry, are you gone
it, or?
already?
Yeah, he is.
He's gone. Okay. I was gonna ask because he still has MDA Demon. So. Interesting too.
We can see if we can get an answer from MDA Demon by randomly pushing buttons until something happens.
Yeah, we started to figure it out a little bit last time.
I
Took a
figure
while,
that
though.
one raise.
Yes. So I've been messing with instead of the 2.5 in the smaller stakes, I've been raising a little bigger because they just call so wide. So let's build these pots a little bit bigger and bump that win rate a little bit more.
From this position, I like a bigger raise just for the reason that people in position could call you, and then you like to have a lower stack to pot ratio when you are playing out of position. But in MTT, if the big blind would have a lesser stack, you would raise smaller. So I don't know how that would go with cash game here. I personally would just raising Sweden looks good.
So anyways, I get a call from the button, who is a 73 VPIP.
So he probably has a very strong range.
Yes, very strong range. Especially because he actually 3-bets quite a bit for these stakes. So,
so he's not uncapped at all. Or he's not capped at all.
Not uncapped at all, and a massively strong range. I'm super scared to see this flop against this guy.
Okay. He can have anything. That's the problem. Trips. I'm already calling it.
This guy
we
get squeezed from the villain in the big blind, who obviously this is his very first hand at the table because his HUD stats haven't even popped up yet.
But you don't have any like history with him? Or is this not? This isn't stars or
stars. So So this is just lifetime. So he might be a brand new villain to me.
This is 3-bet.
His 3-bet was a 4x with a caller, so his
No,
3-bet
no.
sizing was kind of small.
What is his like 3-bet percentage?
11. But that's only 44 hands. So he 3-bet twice in 18 opportunities.
I mean, yeah. It's. Do you want to play? Do we want to keep the fishy player in, or do we want
I
let
I
him overcall or double
I
call?
personally wouldn't do it with ace jack, but with ace king, I feel like it's kind of safe. Ace king is pretty good.
I kind of feel like we
Would
start
prefer
playing
to
a
do it
bigger.
with ace jack. Would want to do it less with ace king.
Yeah,
Oh,
Or
we
more
got.
with
interesting.
ace king and less with ace jack. Ace jack, like you want to be pretty polar when you're in that spot. Or you want to
So
have your
if
very strong hands that raise and your obviously your bluffs, your middling hands you want to keep in those back players.
so my thinking here, had I been later position and it was the small blind that called my open and then get 3-bet, where I'm in position post flop, then I'll consider some flats more and let the fishy player in. I hate playing monkey in the middle.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Because he's probably, I mean, with his granted after the fact, his 80% C bet, he's going to be C betting almost every flop. I don't want a player behind me when I have to make that decision because that just forces me to play so face up, even against a fishy player.
Yeah, I don't mind
So,
Bub's idea of calling with suited ace X and folding out and then nuts with your offsuit.
yeah.
Yeah, I
So
like that. I
I go
prefer that.
huge. I don't go huge. I go big enough that it's probably going to fold him out. If it doesn't, kudos, good for him. Like he had some extra polish today, but
Well, he's in a
uh,
standard spot where you double call and then you call a 4-bet too. The standard fish spot.
yeah, that 73-33. That's the
Last
part that
night,
blows
guess
my mind.
so. Last night, I sorry in the middle of the hand, but last night I played a hand. I was in the hand under the gun, under the gun limbs. Next guy ISOs. Guy Cole. Guy 3-bets, and the under the gun limper call. It was
Yep,
he had pocket
all the
queens.
time. He had pocket queens. Oh, jeez.
Yes, against pocket
Jesus.
kings, lost. Guy flops,
Jesus.
and the guy paid him off with pocket queens.
And then that was his excuse because that's why I never raised with queens. I hate queens. I never
For
raised.
sure.
I
I
don't
never
know.
raised.
He didn't
Oh
even
my
have.
God.
There's nothing going on past. There's nothing going on inside of the heads. So you didn't even have a reason. You just
He's
have
banging symbols.
queens. You got no clue what's going on.
Oh,
But so
obviously, like
you,
I don't know if he's even called because his 3-bet is high enough that, and like his PFR is high enough that his calling range has just got to be so bad.
yeah, but
But
he's gonna
I
call
don't
with like
risk it.
pocket sevens or some shit like that too.
Right. So, but I'm not going to risk it for the biscuit. So,
But
um,
what do you think about 4-betting whenever you have a like you open under the gun button call big blind 3-bets when they 3-bet? I mean that's usually very linear. I mean you have a very strong hand, but the question is does he 3-bet ace queen here?
yeah. Um, well, and that's kind of why, like, I don't necessarily love just calling. If we were heads up, so if it just got folded around to the big blind and he 3-bets, then I can really think about calling a lot more. Just calling the 3-bet and seeing the flop.
Yeah,
But it's this guy that, like, in this spot, it's 4-bet or fold.
yeah.
I'm not ever, when I'm monkey in the middle, I'm never playing a 3-bet and hope the in position player folds. Instead,
Not
I'm playing
jamming.
4-bet or
Only got
fold.
68. He's got 68 behind. I mean,
I'm kind of hoping he just jams and I don't have to make any other decisions because I just snap call.
say bad way to think.
Being smart ass, but he calls.
I was about to say, I hope you're fucking kidding. He just calls. What does he have? Queens, jacks, tens. He doesn't really have the kings likely. He had that much left. He probably just sticks the money in. He likely doesn't have a lot of aces. He's gonna be, I don't know. His three bet is not that high. So I would say he doesn't have a ton of king queen. What does he have here? What does he do?
What does he do?
I
Jams.
mean,
I'm never folding at this sizing.
no, you're not, but I don't love it.
No, it's kind of one of those like, I guess.
Pretty like this is not great.
Right.
You flopped ace king. He can first thing is ace queen, pocket tens, all that stuff. But he jam jacks and tens, probably not.
I
You guys
don't
might be
think like
chopping.
I just don't know that he's gonna jam pocket tens, pocket jacks. I think that
The aces though,
that
he
donk
might
jam
chop ace.
is kind of a weaker jam, like something like ace jack,
You have plenty
maybe
of
king
aces that do
queen,
this though.
maybe
Yeah, but
ace
ace
10.
10,
Yeah,
it's a great play by him.
he's a stellar
Stick the
play
money in with bottom pair, jam bottom pair. Moron.
for less than a pot size bet against a four better.
He just got a brand new helmet before this.
He didn't even have to. It was polished out of the box.
Oh shit.
I'm literally scratching. I'm like, what the fuck is he doing this with? Like, I just don't think that jacks are going to jam there. I don't think tens are going to jam there.
No, yeah.
I don't think he has kings. What the
Bullshit or
fuck?
aces a lot of the time or ace king, honestly.
Yeah,
Right?
like either like, see, I was thinking something like queen jack, queen 10, although I mean he's got a 70 VPIP, which we found out after, but this is literally the first hand he played at the table.
Yeah. Get down and get stacked. My bottom
Yeah.
pair.
I was gonna go with another suited king because, like I said, I love my suited kings, but let's go with a spicy punty. And actually, my note is punty with a question mark.
We'll see. We three bet.
Limp
We're not deep.
raise.
Play.
I wanna...
Oh, of course we're gonna three bet. Come on.
Yeah.
Have you
Okay.
seen me play?
Yeah, I've been adjusting to not be three betting as much with hands like this whenever we're not deeper than like 150 bigs.
Yeah.
It's also
And
different
no-
because the raise size isn't overly inflated. Like when I'm playing 1-2 lot and the raise size is already inflated and then I'm three betting to a monster size, it makes SPR so shallow that it gets very hard to maneuver post. Really
Uh,
keep doing that.
another
Right,
thing, do
where
you
here, like
have
this three bet size is smaller than a normal three bet size.
Yeah.
And I really like I just didn't want to call this
Yeah, no,
and
that
get
sucks.
either, someone else three bet or just go super multi-way. I figure the three bet size was small enough that I can run some people out and be heads up or
Heads up
with
with a loose, fishy player.
yeah.
Yep, I'm okay with that. That's
And
great. That's
then
got another fish on you.
yeah, from a 57-0. I mean, granted, he only has 7 hands, but so now exactly what I didn't want. I go multi-way,
Hey.
monkey in the middle, right?
What do you mean? Your head's up to the flop.
Yeah.
All
I have a
right.
question here because maybe I misread the stat. So William 7, the guy who min raised against William 10,
Posted.
basically he
Posted.
tried to ISO raise for 2 big blinds. Is that
No,
true?
he's not thinking. He's just clicking buttons.
Also,
This
he
is
this
he
is a
just
limp.
posted a blind.
Yeah.
Villain
No, this was a
10
limp.
said,
That's a
I'm
limp and then a
limping.
post.
And Villain 7 was like, oh yeah, I posted a blind, but I have a great hand. I'm going to raise for 2.
One more big blind. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Indicative of
limp,
a very
ISO
strong hand.
raising. Okay,
Yeah.
but okay, one question here. This guy is a 75 pre-flop. He's basically playing 75 of his hands pre-flop. Is that right?
75%. And he's never
Yeah.
folded to a 3-bet in his life.
Then I'm considering
How
flatting behind and folding. By the way,
how
I'm-
often is he raising here? Because the numbers are
For us, Scotty,
somehow.
are you back?
I'm back for the
Oh,
last hand.
you're not just making loud noise while we're trying to
Yeah, your
talk.
mic was on the whole time.
Wait a minute. When I was gone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh crap!
You were just
I
like,
thought
all we heard is you talking to some dude about whatever, and we're sitting here yelling over you about combos.
Oh,
Check the chat
oh,
box. Scotty,
sorry.
mute your mic. Mute your mic.
One of you could mute me. I'm so sorry. I thought
No,
I looked
Can't because you're the host.
you're the host. Yeah.
Oh Jesus! I thought Larry was the host.
Yeah. No.
All right. Anyway,
Yeah, he's gone. You're good.
First of all-
It was funny.
first of all, I apologize, and second of all,
No big deal.
I would consider not 3-betting this one. I would consider both falling behind for the weird 2 big blinds, and also just folding, just waiting for higher quality.
Sure.
It's like this is a good hand, but
You missed the part of the where in the notes of the hand where the only note
Yeah,
I have
punty.
is punty.
yeah. I'm saying maybe pre-flop, but go on, let's see what happens.
Yeah. I
mean, it
personally
should
feel
only be
like
pre-flop.
it's fine.
I mean,
Here we
if
go,
you get yourself
punty.
into trouble now, then what are you doing?
Yeah, just check.
Oh yeah, middle of the sandwich. Let's see bet
I don't like it.
with our 8 high.
Yes.
This is a punt.
Absolute fucking airball. Backdoor.
Yeah.
Well, I have a backdoor flush, backdoor straight, and 2 overs to second pair.
Yeah,
That's
that's a good hand.
Yes, this is punty.
Multi-way.
You've
You're
defined it
drawing the
correct.
2 pair.
Okay.
Yes.
And remove your question mark.
I
I have backdoor
have-
trips. I have backdoor trips.
It's a good hand to bet.
So my first question would we ever c-bet this board? I mean, we would sometimes, I guess, and if we c-bet, we would c-bet kind of big, I guess.
In
But most of the
multi-way,
time,
it's much better to just
check.
generally be playing for the value of your hand. Like,
Yes.
not trying to make shit happen when you're in the middle of a sandwich in a multi-way 3-bet pot.
Yeah,
I'll say
that's what I'm
caveat.
saying. Especially when we are close to the caller in position to us, that is where we check the most. So I would guess we check like 70% of our hands here. And then if we bet, we would bet like 50% of the pot, 60%. So this sizing.
Yeah, I think that you want to
no.
honestly just be playing pretty damn face up when you're
Yeah,
playing multi-way.
it's like polar betting or don't bet at all.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't even I would be betting strong
No.
hands and draws.
Now, Kevin, I did tell myself if I get called or if I'm just shutting it down unless I turn some equity. I'll try.
Here we
and get to
go.
it.
That's
still
a bad time. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Terrible
God.
thinking. Terrible. Terrible.
There we go.
Yeah, let's
Checks.
start blasting again into 2 people.
Yep.
Obviously,
good.
I have all the ace-x in my range, and they've already folded all their ace-x. So let's go fucking big.
Let's see. How many of them call you?
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh, it got
Hey,
through.
That is
all right.
pretty good because the ace is the only fucking card that can beat
I
any
was about
king
to say,
here.
that's like the only
So-
decent card. That's the greatest
It's an
card in
ace
the
of
deck.
hearts, so I can rep an ace because I'm going to c-bet a lot of ace-x. And I have the heart draw for a parachute. So now I'll bet big here. If I get any callers, I'm shutting it down. I mean, I probably wouldn't have.
I think it's a punt, but it got through. So
Yeah.
that's
Well,
good.
The note was put in review, not right when it happened. I looked at this hand. I'm like, God, that's a punt with a great result.
Yeah, you got away with one there.
Yeah.
But,
Too much levels in front of me. Sorry. This
right. I mean,
I cannot do that.
Job. Okay, cold call from this
Actually a
big
good one.
blind, very standard. You
This
see
is
this
a
all the
good
time.
one.
Whenever I'm on PGTO, it always tells me to cold call 3 bets from the big blind.
Yeah. And this is my last hand. So beautiful, right? We have a 67-0. Granted, only 9 hands, but at this point, we can assume fish after 9 hands of 67-0, right?
Yes. Especially after that last hand. Yes.
I hate it. What's a cold call range is a lot of broadways and just stupid shit and some medium pocket pairs. I don't hate it.
I don't hate
Let's
it.
go big.
Yeah, that's not gonna make any of that stuff fold.
Yeah, if
No.
you have an overpair here, you would bet big, I guess. Like pocket nines, pocket tens.
He only has 40 big blinds, so I'm not like super concerned about his stack, right? Even
Yeah.
if he jams, I'm calling.
Yeah,
I mean, your
with this
backdoor and a
hand
gutter.
especially. But
Go
I'm
over.
just saying the sizing. Yeah, if you have pocket tens here, you would also go big. Because you don't want to give him free cards in any way.
Well, you not. I mean, if he was the pre-flop raiser, this is kind of a board that in a 3-bet pot we're betting. Most of our range is betting big, I believe.
Yeah. They're not gonna
So
have any. They shouldn't be able to connect with this board very well.
right. So I bet big. He calls.
Okay,
Okay,
well,
good card.
stick the money in
You can
at this
continue
point.
going. Yeah. Yeah. Sure.
All in. Call.
His
And the
names are
double
gonna
whammy
win.
on the
Nope.
river. Which one's the winner, the straight or the flush?
With
And what
both.
does he have?
They both win.
He had like a
Does he
pocket.
have?
Or he could have some 5x for whatever reason.
You
What does
ready?
he have? No idea.
We're
It's probably
ready.
something insane.
3-5
3-5.
offsuit.
Oh yeah, that's a standard call of a
Yep.
3-bet.
I was just shell shocked when his hand came over, and I was
You're
like,
like,
and of
dude, the
course, because
bad beat.
Poker
No,
Stars, it comes
how is it?
over. What was that?
I was saying, how is this a 3-bet? I thought it was small blind versus big blind, and you just raised and he called pre-flop.
No, Villain 6
Oh.
RFI'd.
Oh,
I
Jesus.
3-bet from the small blind to 10.5, and
Oh,
he
Jesus.
cold called.
Great. Well, that's where his money goes. That she shouldn't be surprised by that. And he's telling his study group how he was rivered.
Well, he got a brand new helmet today.
Yeah, he just took the helmet out of the box on that one.
Jeez, that's bad. Yep.
Then gets angry about you coolering him or what bad beat, if you want to call it
Beat.
that.
I hate online poker. It's all bad beats. It's fish that do nothing but and bad beats, and they always get there.
They have a chat on Poker Stars.
Yeah, oh yeah.
What did he say anything to you?
No, so the thing with poker, like they have usually like he was probably a mobile player. And a lot of like the chat is kind of hidden on the mobile app. So you can generally tell like if somebody never chats, they're probably playing mobile versus somebody who plays on PC can see the chat.
Yeah, that's a. I mean, I'm probably gonna make that call. I'm playing
Oh yeah.
3-5.
Immediately as soon as I saw it, I said, "Ooh, Brian would be proud."
If it was with suited, maybe. Yeah, I've never cold called a fucking 3-bet with 5-3 suited. So
Right.
the day I do that, you'll know I'm completely losing my mind.
Right. All right, and
Officially
that's it.
lost it. Right.
All right, everybody. Super fun.
See you
Sorry
guys.
about the handling noise.